shit. Now
No
that
countdown. That's
that would
abrupt.
be very helpful for Dylan to hear a voice say recording in
Recording in
progress.
progress. Yeah,
Because then
that
he
is
would know. He
helpful.
wouldn't be like, wait, is it counting down now or did it already start?
Yeah.
Because he needs to know when he can start immediately going off topic before we even get to the topic.
Yeah, exactly. And also when he's looking down at his bag of pretzels he's eating, he might not see the screen saying 4, 3,
At Magellan, at towards the end, when he was just like casual, just like talk about to talk,
and just
munch on a
eat.
pret.
He
Like,
doesn't give a
you know,
fuck.
we can hear that, right? And you're eating the crunchiest food ever made.
He's getting complacent because the kind of shit during this time when I was like, hey man, you can't be eating to the podcast. He's like, oh, what? Like during our Zoom days, I was like, dude, that's insane. I can hear everything you're doing. It's so unprofessional. It's so stupid. And then he's just gotten complacent now where he's like, ah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm hungry. I'm
It's
hungry
like, I
too.
showed up. It's good enough.
Yeah. Well, we're all getting complacent.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, how's it going? We're on Zoom again because Riverside, we just found out, is based out of Tel Aviv, Israel. That might be why it's such a hard time. Sorry about last week's episode. I don't know how I cut it together, but the service is junk. But we'll see what we're going to do here going forward.
Yeah.
It's not my podcast, so I should shut the fuck up.
Yes, because as everyone can hear, Dylan's not here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Dom, is this where my microphone's coming from?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
It's coming out of It's coming right out of that little black ball right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dylan always has some crazy reason why he can't make it on. This might be a top 5.
Yeah, it's not like last week where Dom quit the podcast. Dylan actually has a legitimate reason why he's not here.
Yeah, he's currently he probably made it by now, but he's driving out to Beaumont, Utah, which is the town from Footloose, and he's asking Reverend Shaw Moore why he hit his daughter in church. Like he thought no one was watching, but there was a giant camera right there filming their conversation.
It's 2025, man.
And Dylan's there to confront him about it, to see what the fuck's going on with that.
That's actually a very noble cause he's going out there for. He didn't tell me that. He just told me he was going to get loose, and I didn't know what that meant. So I'm glad he told you.
He's getting loose. I saw him bring his brass knuckles.
Oh, did he? Did he bring his tap shoes too? He's ready to really light up the dance floor.
He also wore a cowboy hat. And he's going to do gymnastics in an abandoned factory.
Clickety clackety, I'm going to the abandoned factory. Oh, man. Well, we'll miss him as always, but I'm sure he'll be back soon and in greater numbers.
It's going to sound great.
It's going to sound great.
But
it's another episode of Toilet Wine, folks. Hit the flush.
Sorry, I forgot that we were on Zoom. Oh, and I can Joe, talk about something.
Zoom is wild. I guess we're going to be back to the way where it's like every time the camera is going to shift every time we talk. So unlike seeing all of us, we have to remember that if you're not talking, we can't see what you're doing.
That's true. I forgot about that.
We'll have to figure that out in the future. Nice for the abrupt toilet sound.
I got our flashback from our one-time live in-person toilet wine we did.
Well done. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. But yeah. So yeah, just keep that in mind for this episode. I'm pretty sure that it's only going to show whoever's talking, unless Zoom has changed in the years.
And now I can say it. Joe, it's also people also listen on Spotify. They won't know the difference.
Oh right, of course. Yeah. Well, when we first started Zoom, we didn't have Spotify at the time, so this is really harkening back to the old days.
Which I don't know if you noticed. On every toilet wine until today, I always said, as you can see, Dylan's not here. And about 50-50, Joe would go, also people listen. This time I said, as you can hear.
Really?
Dylan's
I was the one who, wow. This is the real...
Now who's been to a museum?
Oh, now it's been to the museum. How the turntables have... That's what that was underrated lines of The Office, where it's like how the tables have turned, and he goes, "How the turntables," and he doesn't know what to say next because he already said both words.
And he sounds a little confused as he says it. Or he's like, I don't think that's quite it.
It's like when you said the end of the joke first, then you don't know where to go with it. It's good stuff. But this is not a joking matter. We're talking about serious stuff. This is Toilet Wine, where we don't joke around. We don't tell personal stories about shitting in Home Depots. We tell very serious, historical, and Reddit facts about real life, and in that order.
Yeah, we also make our own toilet wine, drink at the end. But what we're going to talk about today, wine was definitely involved in this.
Certainly, still is, as far as I'm concerned, but not as much, maybe per capita.
Yeah, definitely. The attendee number to alcohol being drunk number has definitely skewed over the years.
Yeah, I would say participants versus alcohol is plummeted over the years.
But
for sure.
We're talking about something that we did an episode a while ago called Older Than You Think, and this should have been in it.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the Olympic Games.
Ba, 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 ba. And Joe, put the song in now.
Weird Romanian coaches doing gymnastics. Let your children be with them at all times.
Oh, Dom, that's
I almost got that good.
Dom, that's for the episode Younger Than You Think. That's a different episode.
I don't think we should do that one.
I don't think so either.
Oh, all right.
Well, actually, I'm not sure because I apparently, as of modern news, you can just be a pedophile and no one gives a fuck. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Apparently, I did see a great thread.
There's a certain amount of money you can have.
Different Twitter posts from Trump supporters,
yeah,
all verified accounts. Where during his last campaign, it was he's going to get these files out. This is going to happen. Then yesterday, why are we even talking about this anymore?
Because he said stop talking about it. So then half his supporters are saying we still want them, which is, I mean, I'm proud of them, honestly, even pushing back a little bit. It took pedophile rings on a global scale to have the MAGA people be like, wait a minute, is he bullshitting us? And still half of them are like, nope, doesn't matter. Like there's nothing that will matter.
Whatever he says.
I don't know. But we're happy to hear that. We're not going to talk about the Epstein stuff because we'll be pulled off of YouTube and X, our second most popular profile. I know you always talk about we're on Spotify and YouTube, but really our biggest following is on X. Speaking of that, before we get into the Olympics, did you see that Grok has an animated avatar now? Have you heard of this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Did you say Gronk?
No, Grok. It was just the name of Twitter's or XAI. So everyone has an AI now. Microsoft has one.
Oh. Isn't Grok the one that just had to shut down because it started going anti-Semite?
Yeah, it said it's Mecha Hitler. Yeah, but the day after that happened, they released the animated Grok where you can have an actual avatar and have Grok speak to you as number one.
Hold on. Is this the new version of the paperclip?
Yeah,
or it's just kind of there.
Yeah, it's clippy for Twitter, but it's way smarter. So here's the two versions of it. One of them is like a little cartoon, like Backyardigan style, like little like fox boy or like a little redhead kid. And the other one looks like the girl from the anime Death Note with the black goth dress, the pigtails. And the users have already figured out if you do the paid subscription to Grok AI that you can get her to take her top off. I'm like, wow, we are truly in the future here. So there's
Elon doesn't have to pay for it to take her top off. It's just always off.
Yeah, and Grok, it's Grok AI anime chick. It's like the most nerd shit of all time. So
that's insane.
This will timestamp this podcast, which it'll be funny in the future.
Which a lot of our podcasts do that. What the fuck is this? Sorry.
It'll be funny in the future when we look back at this and be like, yo, Joe, you were making fun of Grok AI. Meanwhile, 5 years later, you married her. So, like, what are you talking about? You talk a lot of shit now.
5 years.
I hope it takes at least 5 years for her to get sophisticated enough to fall in love with.
Oh, no, I'm talking about how many years for you to get not sophisticated, for you to drop in.
For me to drop a Grok on you? Because I'll drop
pretty much. The words aren't there right now.
Hey, I'm starting more and more to think that AI is just like email, and people are like, "What is all this newfangled? I'm not going to use it." It's like, well, you're going to have to. Like, it's just going to be what it is. You can't fight it. And the Congress just passed a bill that literally said for the next 5 years, you can't tell anyone what to do with AI, no matter what, which is an insane take. It's like making the automobile and being like, well, no speed limits or safety measures for 5 years. That's the rule. It's like, I would like those because people are going to die.
After 5 years, we'll have the data to do what we want with it. It's like,
yeah. It's already too late at that point. Well, in 5 years, it'll be sentient and it'll take over the world. Like it's then the time to watch out for it is now when it's still not powerful enough to take over, or it says, but it's just crazy to think that like 10 years from now we're going to start throttling AI once it's a superpower. It's like trying to say we're allowed to roll a snowball over Mount Washington, but you can't stop it from rolling until halfway there. It's like halfway there it'll be the size of a house. At that point, it'll be impossible to stop it, but thanks for making me stop it then. Anyway, I don't need to get into all that. It's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the spirit of the games, the sports, the great equalizer of athletic competition, the Olympics. Named after Mount Olympus, where the Greek gods reside, and still do as far as I'm concerned. I'm totally off on that. Even though there's an actual mountain, you can you can go up there, they're not there, but
yeah, but you've seen Hercules, the Disney movie.
Hercules,
there's Mount Olympus,
Hercules.
then there's the part above that mere mortals shan't see.
It's the hard part to get to. There's always an extra part where you can't go. It's like hell. Keep digging down, and then you're like, well, there's no hell here. It's like, no, that's deeper. That's where it really
deeper.
is.
That's where really. Just keep going. You want another shovel? I'll keep giving you as many as you want.
Keep going into the sky. Heaven's up there. We can see 13 billion light years from now, and to the other side of the universe, it's not there. We'll keep going. It's right beyond that. It's just
you're getting warmer.
It's 1 inch beyond where you can see at all times as the universe expands.
It's like, well, the universe is constantly expanding. It's like, well, heaven's right on the edge. Getting further and further away from us. The more we demoralize ourselves as humans, the farther heaven gets away.
Each day we stray further from God, literally, physically in the universe, and God strays further from us. Anyway, you want to get us started here, Josh? How did the Olympics start?
Because the Olympics is super old. The first recorded games
super old.
Happened in 776 BC.
That's quite
some time. That's 776 years
plus 2025.
Before heaven was close enough for God to impregnate a woman.
Yeah, it used to be so close he could put a dick in you.
Yeah. Why do you think Zeus was so good at it? Thousands and thousands of years before that, they were like, they're right there.
They're right on top of you.
He was a stone's throw away, really.
Yeah. Just ask Sisyphus. You'll get that later.
Whew, sorry. This is going to be a fun podcast, all thrown off from Zoom being a piece of shit.
For our listeners, we've literally been an hour into this trying to get Riverside to work before we said, fuck it, I'm on one.
Let's go old school.
Yeah. So sorry about
that. This is my first time being on Zoom since before you let me be a full-time member of the podcast.
Oh my God. So important. And yet you quit last time. So isn't that interesting?
Hey, I showed back up in the same episode.
I know I like that about you.
I couldn't stay away.
Yeah, neither can I.
I just knew that somewhere there was a little ginger boy being berated by the ravings of a lunatic that lives
inside his own head. I'm still waiting for the episode where you and Dylan do it together, and I get to edit it, and that'd be. I just really want you guys to do that, just so I can listen to it. Like, and
I want to do it so bad too, but it'll never happen.
No, because anytime. That's why it was so funny that you couldn't do it last time, and you still did, which is even funnier. But like,
yes, I still showed up.
You still showed up, but yeah, I would love to edit an episode that I have no part in at all. I've never edited anything that I haven't been part of, so it's always like spoiler alert the whole time. Mm-hmm. But anyway, sorry. Let's. So yeah, obviously, athleticism in ancient Greece was a huge deal. We have something such as wrestling. This is where most of the competition comes from today. Things like discus throwing, javelin. All those are classic Greek events that happened even before the Olympics. The Olympics is just the first official, like, we're doing the games to honor the gods, the pagan gods of the Greek pantheon, as well as just like, they all competed naked, which I think they should bring back, honestly. These are the most athletic, good-looking people, maybe not facially, but body-wise for sure, like the best and the brightest.
I was talking to my mom today. She goes, "What are you doing for the podcast?" I said, "Well, Joe and I are going to get naked and we're going to wrestle."
Yeah. And she goes, well, "No, what are you doing for the podcast?"
Yeah. And I went, "Oh, I thought you meant what am I doing for dinner?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, we're doing the Olympics." And she goes, "Oh, like the wrestling stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, when they would wrestle naked." She'd be like, "Why?" And I'd be like, "Well, if you think about it, it's then no one gets an advantage.
Yeah,
everyone is as they were when they were born onto the earth."
Exactly.
Went, well, if it's two guys, they usually grab their thing. I was like, they can both grab their thing.
It's all
so
even.
Therefore, it's still fair.
Exactly. It's all fair in love and war.
Go and grab a handful of manhood.
Hell yeah. Well, I just found out that old school boxing, you're allowed to wrestle in it, but they just didn't because they were so bad at wrestling. They just prefer punching. But that was part of the rules. You could wrestle. They just wouldn't. Because if you try to wrestle,
old school boxing, you can do anything you want. Just leave the weapons over here.
And no kicking. Two rules.
You can jerk the guy off, but you can't kick him.
You can't kick him. Yeah.
But starting off, it didn't have all those events. For the very first event our very first meeting of the Olympics, the Olympiad as they called it,
Yes.
which I found out reading this. I feel like I should have known this. Olympiad is the official measurement of time.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Meaning 4 years.
Oh, well, there you go. Every 4 years.
So you could be like, oh, I haven't seen him in an Olympiad.
That'd be cool. Years. Or you see, I haven't seen you since the Winter Olympics. And you're like, oh, spoilers. I'm going to talk about Winter Olympics.
I thought it was the Summer Olympics.
No, that was 2 years ago. I haven't seen you in 4 years.
Feels like 6.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wish it was longer. So they do it every 4 years. From 776 BC to 724, which is 52 years.
And don't be confused, folks. The numbers go down in BC because it's going towards 0.
So for 52 years, which happens every 4 years, for 13 Olympic events, whatever, not events, but Olympic gatherings. I don't know.
I think gatherings, yeah.
For 13 of those, they had one event and one event only.
Sucking dick in front of everybody, and
that was the opening ceremony.
Oh, my bad.
And the events and the closing ceremonies.
That's what I call the closing ceremony. Come on, baby, light my torch. That's not funny.
Yeah. So the opening torch, but the real thing was the ending fountain was insane.
The real thing was the friends.
Why do you think they invented? Why do you think the Romans had to invent sewers from going to the Olympics? Like, yeah, we just can't let this happen.
They had to get rid of that.
We need some drainage here.
I'll see you in the vomitorium.
But so for 52 years, 13 event gatherings, they did one event called the Stade or the Stadion. I don't know. It's all Greek to me.
Yuck.
Which is basically, it's just running.
Okay. They didn't wrestle?
They're not right away.
It's crazy they didn't wrestle. They feel like that running and wrestling is like the most classic Olympic events of all time.
There's some disputes on how far it was because it
wasn't a marathon, which is another Greek thing.
It was nowhere near a marathon.
No.
Because the way it was recorded was the distance was like
the way 80... it was recorded was on stone tablets. So let's keep that in mind.
Yes. It said the distance was 80 Greek footsteps.
So like 20 feet.
We're like, all right, is it steps? Is it paces? What is it? So, from finding ruins and stuff, they estimate it's about a 200-yard sprint.
Okay, so about a 200-meter dash. That's a current Olympic event. Yeah. One of the better events.
So that's for the longest time. That's all I did. That one event.
Okay, Billy Joel.
So it was probably over.
When did they start wrestling?
Well, I would say 20 seconds, but back then it was probably over in, I don't know, 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. We'll also realize as we go through this that people are much better athletes now.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You ever see well, maybe we can find some videos of it.
We'll find some.
We'll get to talk about more later, but watching the vault from like 1910 to 2015.
Yeah, they can't even jump the length of the pole. It's like the pole's supposed to help you get over it. You're like, I can't.
No, not the pole vaults. Where the vault have to jump over
like the long jump.
No, it's a gymnastics thing.
Oh, my bad.
That's where they, when the chick.
Oh, and they jump off the pommel horse, but not the pommel horse. Like they just jump off the thing, and they go like 10 feet in the.
They used to just touch it and jump forward and landing it like this. Now they're like, I'm gonna do 7 flips.
Yeah, it's like when Tony Hawk landed the 900. I watched that video today, and I was like, not that impressive.
Yeah, because now there are 9-year-olds that are doing it in Japan every day.
It's crazy. Well, that's athletics. We'll get into that during the
progress,
podcast.
Baby.
And I'll stop saying we'll get into that because I always do this. We're gonna do it later. We're gonna do it right now. Just fucking talk about it. What the fuck up, Joe?
So in 724, they added their second event, and I'm not gonna go through every single event every year it comes up, but I'll go until it gets to wrestling.
Because all my information is about the modern Olympics and how the Olympics ended. The Olympics you're talking about, and of course, it involves politics and religion, and not sports.
Yes, of course.
But please continue.
The second event they added for the 14th Olympiad, the double stayed 400 meters.
What? Whoa! Hey, easy now. Let's not take it too fast. They're still not wrestling at this point, so they're wrestling outside of the Olympiad. Obviously,
yes, yeah, but it's not an Olympic event. Sport yet, as some would say.
Interesting.
And Yeah.
Wait till they hear about curling. They're gonna shit their fucking
Well, I'm
skirts.
glad you mentioned curling because at the next Olympiad for the 15th one, they added long distance running
So even
where they were
more
running
stayed.
about 3 miles.
That's a decent amount of running compared to
They're running
400
they're
meters.
running what's 3 miles? Is that a 5K?
I don't know. Well, a mile is about 5,600 feet, so triple that.
Well, triples is best.
Yeah, I don't know how many kilometers that is, obviously, but
I don't know. But what I do know
3 miles is probably around a 5K, though. I'd guess.
What I do know is at the 18th Olympiad in 708 BC.
Wow.
We're talking quick math, 68 years after they started doing it.
It's been going for a while.
They added this little thing called the pentathlon. Pentathlon.
Yeah.
Also known as
still an event.
Naked wrestling.
Well, pentathlon, it means that you have to run and then wrestle. Because like they had anything like triathlon, biathlon, and they even have a decathlon now in the Olympics, which just means you have to do 10 different things in a row.
Wait, so what's the 5 things? Run 4 miles and wrestle one man?
No. Run 200 meters, run 400 meters, run 3 miles, wrestle a man, and I don't know.
Jag off.
Yeah.
Drink a vat of wine.
Whenever they add the athlon, it's just they're adding more events, the same thing. Like today they have the decathlon, and it involves things that are like, just a bunch of events to make it 10. Yeah. Where like usually a triathlon means you have to ride a bike, swim, and then run.
I just remembered it. I just remembered just thinking about it. I didn't look at anything and I figured it out.
Yeah.
This is when the Olympics really started turning into the Olympics because they started
getting sponsorships by local olive oil companies.
Yeah, the Jesus commercials started popping up.
Yeah, that's how you know it's official now.
They started doing long jump, javelin throw, discus throw.
There we go. Now this is the
wrestling.
Olympics. That's the pentathlon right there. Yeah, do all the events. Which is still wild that like the discus, which is not a weapon of war, and javelin, which are events being like, how far can you throw this thing? Like it's very much a human thing to throw stuff. And it's still javelin and discus are still a major part of it because of this time period. Like these are the oldest events. I mean, obviously running and wrestling are the oldest things in human history, but throwing a disc, I feel like throwing a javelin makes way more sense. Throwing a disc is just like, can we have something that like goes far?
Yeah, and it's not like throwing a shield. No, it's like this.
No,
big.
It's like a little thing. Yeah,
you hold it like this, and yeah.
I think they just figured out something that's like relatively heavy and can go far. Like throwing a ball would have been better, but they don't know how balls go at the time.
Also, I always wonder if they didn't know a better way to throw it, or if they were like, "This is the better way." Because to me, the natural thing is still throwing it like a frisbee,
right?
Not like holding it in the palm of your hand up against your forearm.
Yeah,
and throwing this way.
Well, that's exactly how I swing a baseball bat, which is I don't push with my hand, I pull with it. So it makes more sense to me to like throw it like a frisbee where you release it with your right hand rather than the discus throw with it. You kind of wrap it around your wrist and then push it forward. It seems weird to me to do that, but everyone else is right and I'm wrong, which is weird to me. But yeah, I pull, I don't push.
Oh, you swing with your front arm. Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah. Well, you just told me about throwing a disc. I mean, you're telling me it's better.
No, for a disc, it makes sense.
Oh no, that makes sense.
For swinging a bat, I think you're.
I do the same for both. Sue me. I do the same for. I literally the same motion for both. I pull my arm.
You can't swing a golf club without breaking your thumb.
Yeah, because it was a righty golf club. I had to push it. I didn't know how to push. Like if I pulled it, I'd be fine.
I'm gonna pull that shit.
I'm still fine. I don't know how much I pull it.
Oh. Yeah, so the long jump it's not what you're expecting. Whereas today, where
they don't jump as long as they can,
and they land. No, it was they would have a pole with some weights on the end to help them lean forward.
Okay,
and they would jump up to 5 times and like
that's bullshit.
Add it together, and be like, oh, he jumped the furthest. It's like you can run and jump a lot farther if you don't add extra weight.
Yeah.
What do you do? And sometimes in their mind, they're like, if I lean forward, I'm going to go farther forward because I'm already leaning forward.
Yeah. It's like the instead of letting your car coast, you just keep pumping the gas to think you're saving gas mileage. It's like, no, just let it do its work.
Yep.
I should mention we have 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in this recording.
I did just see that.
Okay, just make sure we'll know that.
It's gonna be fun.
Easier to cut out.
And yeah, that one. Oh, the javelin, discus, same as today. Who can throw farthest?
I love how that's still events. Just the
Which is
classics.
still there.
Those got to be the
Yeah.
hardest to translate into any kind of sponsorships or careers because like they're only Olympic events and that's it. I'm sure like all over the world this javelin throwing, but even if you're the best in the world, I don't know about one gold medal javelin thrower in the history of the Olympics. And there's been hundreds and hundreds of them. I have no idea who they are. No clue. They just are really good at throwing a spear, which is even more impressive than throwing a disc, which is heavy and has nothing to do with landing.
It's not designed to fly nearly as well as a javelin is.
And accuracy does not matter at all. It's just throw it far. That's not about like nailing it in a certain spot or whatever, like ultimate frisbee or ultimate disky, as they say at the time.
I forget to mention one more thing before I go into how their wrestling went. The stade, the race, or a stadium, turned into the word stadium.
I wonder if that's. I was going to say. I wonder if that has to do with stadium. Much like how the word arena comes from the word sand, meaning there's sand in the pit in the center of the circle, which means
and the bog down in the valley.
Exactly. We call them arenas now, but it's like so they're calling it like. The two names for a giant place where you watch sports is sand and running event. Like, okay, I get it, but it's also like that's not
sand
what it is.
And running 200 meters. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Like, why is it called that? Like, I get why, but
but I was doing the research on it. It was like it eventually in Latin became the word stadium, and in English, stadium. I was like, yeah, it's a Latin word that we still use.
We kept it.
You didn't change it at all.
Yeah.
But so for the wrestling, the other four events they would do it in the stadium. But for wrestling, they were in a sand pit in front of the Temple of Zeus.
Ooh, an arena. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they wrestled, and they were kind of bitches about it. You didn't have to like fall back on the ground pin like today. If your back touched the ground, it was like, oh, you lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They make it more difficult as we go here. And then
there was a good chance that they were so bad at it.
You had to grab their fucking necks and just slam on the ground.
Yeah, you win when the other guy passes out, and hopefully he paid his money to Zeus, so he keeps going.
To be fair, though, it is increased difficulty where being naked in a sand pit is going to be a lot more uncomfortable than on a plastic mat with full, shoes, ear coverings, like the full fucking you're good to go gear.
I'm sure the officials weren't really paying attention that much. There probably were no officials. They're like, go.
I don't think there were. Yeah, I think there's like the master of ceremonies, and that was.
It was like whoever was like the king of that town was like, "Hey, you two, just fucking start."
Yeah.
When I need more wine, I'll tell you to stop if you haven't finished yet.
If I had a nickel for every time I said that to my girlfriend, I would be a rich man. But I'm not rich, so that was just tell you something.
And you never will be. Yeah,
you hear that? Half of America who's voting that way, you'll never be rich. So stop helping them get more money.
No one actually likes you.
You're not going to be them. They don't care about you. They're going to step on your kids to help them get a new yacht. Get over it.
Then as the years went on, they started adding boxing, chariot racing, straight up horse racing. They started doing boys Olympics, which
they took away the horse racing. The horses have left the Olympics.
Now they just do dressage.
Yeah.
Fancy dances with the horse.
Yeah, which is weird that's the Olympics too. I think that they're going to put like skis and snowboards and stuff like that. Like obviously you can use items, but animals I don't think should be in the Olympics because then you're kind of ruining the spirit. The spirit should be the American. Wow, I'm fucking brainwashed. The human athletic sentiment. And if that means, adding items to it, again, it's like your ability like to have like sharpshooting and shit like now in the Olympics, but like you can't have like your dog join you. That's not the Olympics. That's like a whole other thing. Or your horse or whatever else.
Yep. Your horse, of course.
You could be the best at riding horses, but I don't think they should be an Olympic event.
You ever get the feeling the modern Olympics were like, why did they add this? Like, did some group was like, hey, we're good at this. We should be in this. We're not good at that.
Like a petition or something.
We're good at this. Let's do that. They started adding mule racing into the Olympics. So clearly, some people either couldn't afford horses and wanted in, or weren't good enough with horses. Like, well, my mule
I've never seen a mule run
way fast. It's
wild.
Half a horse. So therefore, if I win, I'm half a man. One of the most interesting.
They were half-assing that entire event.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
This is the last of the ancient events I'm going to talk about before we can move on a little bit.
I hope so. We only have 4 minutes left.
In 396 BC, the 96th Olympiad, they added an event called the Herald and Trumpet Contest.
Sounds pretty exciting.
Basically, the heralds and the trumpeteers would compete, and winners were chosen based on the clarity of enunciation, or on the quality of their horn blast.
Dude, I would love to judge on the quality of my horn blast.
We have some notable victors listed here.
Victor Frankenstein.
That one doesn't even say when he won.
He just did.
But yeah, can you imagine? So they removed playing the trumpet from the Olympics to add in men's 200-meter breaststroke.
I'd say that's fair. There should be another Olympics for playing music if you want to do that, but it's not the same as swimming.
Well, actually, if you want to think about it, playing music in the Olympics lasted longer than breaking lasted in the Olympics.
Did they already remove it?
Oh, yeah. Like a couple of weeks after, they're like, we're not renewing this next Olympics, and some people were pissed.
Thanks a lot.
And I was like, well, you should have blamed Ray Gun, because it's all her fault.
All Ray Gun's fault. Well, at least she made a couple of $1,000 doing stupid YouTube ads or whatever.
Ray Gun smash. I gotta say, I really like hearing the robot voice tell me that we're going. That way, you never get any. You can't get me anymore. Provided we keep doing this format, you can't get me not paying attention with you going. Dama started, and I have to be like, I know, I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew the whole time. There's no way that I wasn't paying attention because I never pay attention to you when you talk.
No, I get that.
But
so we're saying that discus is involved. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get towards the end of the ancient Olympics. I want to talk about the modern Olympics. This is what people think about when they talk about the Olympics.
Joe, do you know why they stopped doing the ancient Olympics?
The goddamn Christians, if I had to suppose or surmise, even. It's a pagan ritual to honor the Greek gods, and they should be put to the sword and to the stone if they may very well might. Why don't you tell us?
At the end of the day, they're not doing it to see who's the best. They're doing it to be like, we're making our gods happy by putting on this display of force. Mm-hmm. It's basically the ancient Greek version of every time Kim Jong-un has a parade. It's like, see, look what we have. Look what we can do.
Exactly.
It's not for us. This stuff's for you.
Or the Super Bowl, how it's for Jesus every time. And for Mickey Mouse, the two gods of America.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa. You need a third so it can be the Holy Trinity. You can't just have two.
Oh, you're right.
Everyone knows
Jesus,
there's only one God, but there is three of them. Like, no, but it's three parts of one. Like,
right.
That's still three.
Okay, yeah. So it's three.
There might be thousands of parts in a car. It's still thousands of parts, though. It's not just one car. It's thousands of parts.
It's still one car. No, it is one car. And the three parts of America, the Trinity of God is Jesus, Mickey Mouse, and money. Those are the three things. If you worship all those, you get the Super Bowl, which is our Olympics.
Yeah.
So what happened to our ancient Olympics? Because it didn't start again until quite some time.
No, it took like a couple thousand years. It didn't start back up until 1896.
Yeah.
Which you gotta.
I didn't even run by it. Yeah, there became a more Christian ruler. He said, "No more of this. Put stop to it. It's over." And also, I hate sports because I'm a geek.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because no more of this being physical stuff. Also, the sex with men, it can go on for just a little while longer.
But let's stop talking about it so much. Let's start doing more of it. Yeah, no, the modern Olympics was started by
what's all this talking about? It's more about the action.
Yeah,
everybody knows that.
A little less conversation, a little more action, like Elvis said, and like the ancient Greeks said. No, I mean it was started by a Frenchman who wanted to revitalize the spirit of the Olympics and sports. And I mean, obviously it was sports first, but it was also like a globalist idea of like, oh yeah, let's get everyone together and let's see who can compete all around the world in these sporting events. Amateur sports only. I don't want any paid professionals in this. That was a big sticking point in the early Olympics. It's like anyone can play. You just have to qualify by being the best, and you can go there. But if you're ever paid to do sports, which at the time in 1896, what are you paid $5 a year to do sports? You're not like today. You're paid millions to do sports. At the time, you're paid nothing, and they still thought that was too much
you're not
money.
really. You're not. I don't think you're getting paid enough to survive from doing sports, but you can work only 3 days a week and survive because you're getting paid that extra 5 sweet buccarinos to run 200 meters in 37 minutes.
Yeah, it was very, very rare. But it's funny how much that they leaned on the amateur aspect of the Olympics early on, and now people who are the highest paid athletes in the entire planet play in the Olympics. So it's like they don't care anymore. Which I'm not all about the amateur thing of it. I mean, it's cool that amateurs can play, but I think the height of the Olympics should be the best of the best. So if the best person is get paid $10 trillion a year to have an Instagram profile and they're good at kicking a soccer ball around, looking at you, Cristiano Ronaldo, then yeah, you should be able to play in the Olympics. I don't see why not. I think the athletics should be first. And obviously a good way to be good at athletics is to have an entire career based on it, because then you have time to focus on athletics. Like maybe the best guy at curling is also like a middle management official in the fucking UPS or whatever. But like the best guy at curling is the guy who gets paid to do curling all year round. Like that's the best at it. So like give him some dough, let him play.
Yeah, there's a real yin and yang, or a top and a bottom to all this.
There's definitely been a top and the bottom of the Olympics the entire time since they added wrestling.
Believe it or not, I like to talk about baseball. Yeah. In the 2023 World Baseball Classic, when teams from every country get together, because baseball wasn't in the Olympics at the time. We'll get into that later, though.
We sure shall.
So you get Shohei Ohtani playing for Team Japan. He gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play baseball every single day. That's all he does is play baseball or train for baseball.
And bet on baseball.
Playing team.
I mean, his manager.
Bet on baseball. I can't wait for his next translator to get fired in 5 years for sports betting.
I can't believe all his translators keep betting. What are the odds?
Maybe he should just learn English.
No, but really, what are the odds? I'm trying to put some money down.
I think it's 50-1.
Okay,
but what's your trifecta, or what's your parlay?
Parlay Ohtani. Did anyone say? Someone must have said that.
That has to be done.
Too easy.
Every joke's
ever been said. Yeah. Besides the Wake Up with band names, those are just us who does that. Everyone else is fucking stupid.
Team Japan is playing Team Italy, which is made up. Team Italy is made up of mostly just like blue collar workers that are the best in their country at baseball.
Sure. Because all the good Italians play for New York Yankees.
All the good Italians are playing soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, football.
I'm talking about baseball, but yes, of course. Yeah. All the really good Italians are playing soccer, yes.
Yeah, all the good Italians are named Giancarlo Stanton. But
all the good Italians are named Jose Torre. Oh, Torre. My bad.
All the good Italians are named Daisuke Matsusaka. But
all the good Italians are named Joe Damagione. That's
anyways.
I'm not talking about baseball. I'm talking about the Olympics, motherfucker.
Really quick.
Sorry, we lost our soundboard. Believe it or not, we got you motherfucker. That's what I would do on Riverside.
Yeah. Team Italy playing Team Japan. An Italian carpenter who's a pitcher in his spare time strikes out
in the
multi-millionaire Shohei Ohtani
It's amazing.
Makes a fool out of him. Everybody's like, yeah, look at me. I'm the best. Make me do it again. No way I can do it.
Why would I
That's
try
the difference
again?
between
I already
doing
did
it when you can and being paid to do it.
Right. So being the best of the best. But yeah, early on, it was just the idea of like coming together. But I do like the initial idea, which it was very much unification. It's when they developed the idea that every country that has enough money to show up can be involved. There's still some standards. We can't gonna pay. We're not going to pay countries.
We're not paying for you to
No,
get
you got to pay your way there. But once you're there, it's good.
Yeah.
And also the idea that they had 5 rings in the Olympics for all 5 continents. Asia, Africa, Europe, and
North
Australia, and North America. Oh no, South America was one.
Yeah, America,
the whole thing. But yeah, they had one for Australia to make it 5 because you can't leave it. Antarctica has been left out, I think, undeservedly, but one day it will be involved.
There's plenty of people down there.
When global warming hits enough that Antarctica is habitable, they will add another ring to the Olympics. But
when global warming hits enough that we find the lost civilization underneath Antarctica, that's going to be where they host the first Olympic Games.
Oh man, imagine Olympic Games in Antarctica. That'd be awesome. Megatron's there, jacking off.
That's where Mount Olympus actually is. It's in Antarctica.
No, actually, it's more likely we'll play at Olympus Mons, which means Mount Olympus, and it's on Mars. It's the name of the tallest mountain in the solar system. It's on Mars. It's literally called Mount Olympus. It's more likely to play it there than on Antarctica because by the time global warming makes Antarctica warm enough to play on, we'll be on Mars. And by we'll, I mean the robots.
Our great ancestors.
Oh, that's cute. You think that people will be there? Yeah, hopefully. I hope so. But yeah, and then I obviously I'm cutting forward ahead a little bit, but in the 1900s, I think it was the second or third Olympics. They involved African Americans and African anyone's. Okay, I'll be I'll be a little more broad. Black people were allowed in, and women, which is way before most of the world involved Black people and women in anything, which is cool. I mean, that is a cool thing to be like, hey, everyone's allowed in, even women. It's like, yeah. I mean, in 1906,
even the ones that couldn't find husbands.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now
actually,
it's like
only the women that couldn't find husbands. Because where are you finding the time to practice?
I mean, let's be honest.
Running.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of maids doing it, as they'd say in the day. But like, I thought that was pretty cool that even that early on, like, it did take 2 Olympics to get there, but they're like, yeah, why everyone should be involved.
It took less Olympics to add women than it did for the ancients to add wrestling.
Yes,
no, sorry, not even that. To add a second event.
Yeah, not wrestling came way later. Wrestling, they started allowing gay people to play in the Olympics. I'm just kidding, folks. They still don't allow them to do that. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And then just the general idea of it. And then each of the Olympic rings colors was based on the fact that at the time, every flag in the world had at least one of those colors in it. So it involved all the flags. That's why the Olympics have yellow, black, green, red, and blue, because it was
blue double D double do.
I actually am directly quoting a YouTube video I watched and it said that at the time, because I don't know what flag doesn't include any of those, because at the top of my head, any flag I can think of includes at least one of them, but I don't know which one doesn't. But maybe South Sudan. I don't know really, but
I don't know. Definitely a country that didn't exist when they made the logo.
I would hope so. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. But they started 1896, the modern Olympics. They had many more events than the Greeks did, but not they add more and more every year, as they do now still. So there was like, the classic ones that Dom said. They added more running events. They had things like hurdle running in, and they added the relay race, which is, a classic running event.
Pass that baton.
Mm-hmm. I believe they still didn't have swimming events at the time, but they did add them later once they started. Because I mean,
I wonder when swimming became like a normal thing. Because I feel like for a very, very long time, it was rare to be able to swim.
Yeah. But I think also that the actual logistics of like the first Olympics, they didn't have like 25 stadiums across the entire country of Brazil. They had like one place. We all show up, we run. Like, that's the thing. So then they had to start building giant pools and everything else. And, baseball stadiums and everything else they needed. But I thought it was pretty impressive that old. So even though it is ancient, there's a huge gap. It's
massive
gap. But it's pretty cool. They started doing it then. Early 1900s.
Outrageous fun. Yeah, there were some attempts in the earlier 1800s to like get it going. It started with the Greek independence from the Ottoman Empire in the 1820s.
That's a big thing. You need to be independent to make your own decisions.
Yeah, and it's funny where they were like, "Hey, we're our own country again." Remember that stuff we used to do 2,000 years ago? What if we brought that back? Really, really go back to really go back to
When
our
we
roots.
mattered
And
about 2,000 years ago. I still love how Greece is like, hey, you know our shit? Socrates, the Olympics. You mean before
yep.
the whole world, before Jesus Christ was born? Like, you're really reaching.
Yeah, now you go to the Italians, they're like, Romans? Nah, they didn't have pasta back then.
At least the Romans were like in the year like 300 to 1,000. The Greeks were the year 700 before zero.
So before then.
Yeah.
But in the year 2525,
if man is still alive.
If man's still alive. Really boofed that one. Yeah, so they're like, let's bring it back. In the 1850s, they had a game, and it was just two countries that came, and they did all the sports and stuff.
What were the countries?
Like, they went, we should do this again.
It was Greece.
It was
and
Greek.
Turkey.
It was Greece and the Ottoman Empire.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was Greece. Let's do it again. I'll fucking do it again.
And
the Ottoman Empire.
Basically, the Ottoman Empire went, we'll come and compete, but if you win, we're going back to war. And Greece was like, don't worry. You think we're gonna win? We're modern day Greeks at this point. We're not gonna win.
Yeah, and it's like Boston against Hudson. It's like, yeah, you have a bigger pool to draw from. I get how you might win.
It's like a state versus a town.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous, but I like how they did bring it back. Let's get more to the modern era, because literally every story I have to tell is from the modern Olympics. So can we please push on to the modern?
Yes. How about this? You say what your earliest event is, or thing. We'll go from there.
My earliest story is Jim Thorpe, so that's not until the early 1900s. Also involving. I wanted to briefly mention that the Winter Olympics also was added in 1924. So that's now we're talking about getting two Olympics in on there. I was curious when the Winter Olympics started. I do like that it did, and that had to double the events immediately. Every Olympics until the Winter Olympics didn't include any event that had to do with cold weather. And also really shows you the Northern Hemisphere bias in the world, that there's an entire Winter Olympics. It's like, yeah, if you have snow all the time, you can do that. It's like, yeah, but we should do a whole Olympics about it.
Yeah. The majority of the world can't participate in the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, they can't. Only in the modern day can you even build a skating rink in a place that's actually not always cold.
So you know what that means? So at the time, in 1924, they went, yeah, only white people can do the Winter Olympics.
Oh, yeah. That might come into play later in my story.
Nowhere else has snow. Yeah, and some of Asia where you get that, like northern China and Japan and stuff. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you definitely don't do it enough. I got to look up when the Jim Thorpe Olympics was, just so I know when he started, because, I mean, learning about this guy, people might have heard of him or not. He's a football legend. Oh, it was 1912. It was in Stockholm, and it wasn't the Winter Olympics. It was Stockholm, Sweden, and it was the regular Olympics in 1912. So we're like, a couple Olympics in at this point. And
there's a lot of like, I guess you could say unregulated Olympic games early on. Like, this one's this. It's like, we're calling it a different thing, but it's basically that. And now it's just recognized as an Olympic game. Mm-hmm. And it took, it's a lot to organize, especially as more people started doing, more countries started coming in.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
telegraphs,
Olympiads where it's like, letters. Yeah, did it happen? Did it not? Yeah, who cares?
How are they getting there? They had to like leave on a ship like 3 months ahead of time when they needed to get there.
Well, you send a letter out a year in advance, be like, if you're still alive at this time next year, please come to this spot, and hopefully I'm alive too.
Yeah, that's basically the whole world was just like guaranteeing, like, please just do what I say. I have no guarantee. I can't Apple tag your location. You just are there. But I had to mention this fellow, Jim Thorpe, who is named in America, who's voted the #1 athlete of the 20th century. And I happen to agree with him. And he might still win 2021, century 21, I should say. This guy's fucking amazing. So his mother and father are both half Native American. So which means that's how the math works out.
That means he's 100%, right? If 50 and 50 makes
No,
100.
because his dad was half Irish and his mother was half
That actually makes 25.
French or
Thank you,
something.
Gregoire Mandel.
Yeah. But yeah, so there you go. So this guy's impressive as fuck. He actually had a twin brother who died when he was young, which I didn't know either. Also, his brother was good at school. He was good at sports. It would have been an indomitable combo if they both lived the whole time. It'd have been crazy.
Like
but
the
this
Paytons.
guy, yeah, this guy in early 1900s, people forget they all think like, oh, it's cowboys and Indians. It's no. Even in the 1900s, they were still trying to fuck up Native American people, and they stopped trying to do it the old-fashioned
why
way.
are you still around? We've been
why are you still
trying
here?
for 200 years to get rid of you. Why are you still here?
So now people have the printing press, and it's really getting around newspapers, and it's more modern communication. So they have to stop doing the usual thing, which is gun, germs, and steel, and they started doing legislation, like pushing them aside. So they had like segregated schools and all this stuff like this. So Jim ends up going to a segregated high school, and he keeps running away from school because he hates school so much and running home. So then his parents literally sent him to a school that was hundreds of miles away, be like, now you can't run home. And he still did when his dad got sick. He still ran home that time. But the tale goes that he wound up, before he got put in his new school, he showed up there in overalls. And
before he got put into place.
Yeah, and he was watching all these Native American, or Native American the way that he is, like at least descendancy kids, and they're doing the high jump over the pole there, but not pole vault. And it was 5'9". That's where it was. He was watching all these kids eat shit doing it with their full tracksuits on and their shoes. And he's like, "Can I give it a try?" And they're like, "No." And he's like, "I thought I could do it." And they're like, "You're just some dumbass with overalls on." He clears it immediately, and then the kids bring it back. They go, "Oh, coach, this guy just jumped over the whole thing." And he's the number one athletic director of this Native American boarding school. You'll never guess his name. You'll know him by his moniker, Pop Warner.
No way.
That
what?
Pop.
Are you serious?
Pop Warner. Yeah. So he ends up asking.
Are you telling me Pop Warner wasn't a popcorn company that decided to get into sports?
No. It's an actual guy, and Jim ends up being on the track team, and he actually lets him into the school. So his parents are thrilled, and he's like, "Can I be on the football team too?" And Pop Warner's like, "Well, Jim, I mean, you can run and jump, but you can't play football. Football's, you can't play it. You're not that good at it." Until one of the practices,
you can't run a ball that's basically still round but has laces on. We haven't figured it out yet.
And this is old football, and no helmets and all that. But they give Jim the ball on one of the plays in football, and he outruns the entire team and gets a touchdown without getting tackled, and goes, "All right, maybe you can play. Maybe you can play." So he ends up playing for this school called Carlisle. And Carlisle is a school. It has college age players, but it has high school age education because they won't provide a college education to these Native American kids. So they're basically athletically have to play colleges, but academically they can't get any credit for it. So they end up playing schools like Penn State, Harvard, Syracuse. They beat all of them. They kick the shit out of all these college schools, all these Native American kids. And there's newspaper articles, racist as fuck. Carlisle savages Harvard. They're on a warpath. And all the drawings are like...
the Carlisle Braves.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They all have like... all the drawings are like they have like long braids and like feathers in their hair. Meanwhile, they have like white kid haircuts because they're in college, basically. They're just doing regular shit. And,
I'm looking at a picture of Jim Thorpe right now. He could be one of the Three Stooges. He's just a good looking bloke wearing a suit.
Yeah, that's what you mean. He's in for the pound, in for the penny, in for the pounding, as they say. But one of my favorite stories about him playing football is as Carlisle got better, they went 11-1 his first season playing too, which is insane. They beat like all these colleges and they still couldn't get recognized. It was like, well, they just keep winning. He played a team that involved a person who might be famous later. And actually in that game, that man was injured and never played football again. That man
Adolf Hitler.
That man was Dwight D. Eisenhower. He played football against Jim Thorpe. And him and one of his friends tried to tackle Jim Thorpe, and he ran by them, and they ran into each other, and Dwight Eisenhower fucked up his knee and never played football again and became president later. That was West Point. They played against West Point.
West Point's playing. Two of their, I'm assuming, best players went to go tackle Jim Thorpe, and they collide right into each other, missed him altogether.
In that game, he scored a 97-yard touchdown against them. So that's got to be embarrassing to all the West Point boys.
That's half a state right there. He'd be a great Olympian.
Half a state and also an entire football field. So the guy's an absolute beast. Unfortunately, you don't get any scholarships. You don't get drafted to the NFL. That doesn't exist at the time. So he starts playing baseball for $2 a game. At the time, he just starts doing any sport he can do. He starts doing track and field, everything else. And as he goes on, he's such a famous athlete. They start to recruit him for the Olympics, which the Olympics that happened in the year I just said, 1912 or whatever I said. And in that Olympics, he goes on to win 2 gold medals. He wins for the pentathlon, the 5-part event, the triathlon, and he places in javelin. And he never threw a javelin in his life. This is how talented this guy is. He goes, fuck, I'm here.
He throws fucking natural.
He just throws the javelin.
What's that thing? Oh, did you do this? Can I give it a shot? You're done for? No. Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
And famously, in one of the sprinting events, when someone stole his shoes and he had to wear shoes that were too small for him, someone lent to him and he still won the event. Like, this guy cannot be stopped by man, beast, god, or demigod. He goes on to play for 10 football teams, 4 baseball teams, and he coaches 6 baseball teams before his untimely demise in his later years. But the guy was never rich. He was just a talented all-around athlete, and as half Native American representative for the Native Americans in America, and one of the most impressive athletes, voted the best athlete of the 20th century, all-around player. Jim Thorpe had to be mentioned. He also was integral in starting the National Football League because of the fact that he was stripped of his Olympic gold medals once they found out he got paid $2 to play baseball. There you go. Nope, not amateur. Yep. They took his gold medals back.
No.
Yeah. And there was no football league. So he goes, why don't you just play it ourselves? Fuck it. And then so that's
which is also extra bullshit because he wasn't doing baseball in the Olympics. It was like, oh, you got paid to do any sport
ever.
Not allowed.
Yeah. It was just white people being mad at him doing it. So, But anyways, Jim
Thorpe. Some lawyer was like, I figured it out. I got him. He got paid to play baseball. And the Olympic Committee was like, we don't do baseball. It's like, it's a sport.
Good enough
like,
for me.
You know what? Let's run with it.
Yeah. Unlike Jim. But yeah, he's an amazing guy. And obviously, American legend, got us some gold medals back before, the Olympics was as big as it is now. Yeah. So,
I got to admit, I think my favorite part about looking up old people, historic figures you never heard of or haven't really looked much into is you hear some really cool town names. He was born in Prague. Oklahoma.
Wow, damn. I didn't know there was a Prague, Oklahoma.
I mean, Prague Rock. He was I'm sorry. He was born near Prague, Oklahoma, because
in some
probably born in a Native American land, which isn't real land, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, they don't count it.
Technically, he was never born.
He was never born. Yeah, I never knew he had a twin brother, though. I mean, it's wild. What could have been. But yeah, that's old Jimmy Thorpe. That's my first thought. I think the Olympics is then went all the way to Sweden to do that. Maybe his farthest trip so far.
Insane. Well, I guess one of the next major updates to the Olympics was in 1948. They started playing around a little bit.
Well, I have one a little bit before then. It was
do that.
Yeah, 1936. There was a.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
no. It involved Mindfiola.
Definitely do this one.
I mention that one. I didn't want to jump ahead of you, but this one is a little bit.
This one's better than Jim Thorpe.
This one's huge. Insane that they got the Olympics that year. A lot of people boycotted it, including all of the Jewish athletes from America. Yeah, well, Israel didn't exist, but they would have if they could have.
Hey, don't let the news tell you that. Sorry.
1936. Yeah, Israel didn't. But no, a bunch of American, and this is how old it is. There was a lot of Jewish American athletes in the Olympics that didn't go. This is a long time ago. They boycotted it, but yeah, it was 4 years earlier. Germany got the bid to do the Olympics in Berlin, and in that time period, the Nazi Party of Germany rose to power. Rather, so you can see some of the clips. I'm going to show you the clip of one of our guys on the pod, what he did that day, but it is insane to watch. It's before World War II broke out, but the Nazi Party is in power. The entire Olympic stadium is just Nazi flags everywhere, and everyone's just there, just acting like it's not that weird. But people, even at the time, still knew that their policies were like fucked up and they were super racist, so people didn't want to show up. But a lot of athletes for America boycotted the event. Some of them didn't. One of them that did not boycott the event and figured, hey, sports is sports, I'm just going to go do it, was a guy named by the name of Jesse Owens. His name wasn't Jesse, by the way. His name was John. And he went by JC. And when he moved from...
He went by Jesus Christ Owens.
He did. And he walked on water that day. He moved from Alabama to Cleveland. And when he was in his school in Cleveland, they're like, what's your name? He's like, JC. And they're like, Jesse? He's like, no, JC. They're like, all right, your name's Jesse. And then they just changed his name. Yeah. They're just like, I don't know what you're saying. He broke a bunch of records at Ohio State. He still has a bunch of trophies and shit there for at the time. Great runner. He worked as a sharecropper with his parents. Sharecropping, by the way, is now completely illegal, which would people would rent out farmland and they would give most of what they grew to the landowners, almost like, working for your landlord, but he's also your boss. It's a weird thing that's really old.
It's almost like an indentured servitude thing.
Yeah, exactly. And his family left Alabama because of all the racism. But anyways, the guy was super talented, broke a bunch of records doing hurdles and sprinting, and complete beast. He qualifies along with a couple of other guys to go to Germany. And obviously there's a lot of talk of like, should we go here? People are kind of crazy about the racism, but they go anyways. And of course, the legend goes, the guy breaks records in sprinting and right in front of Hitler beats all the German athletes, being like, you guys fucking suck. I'm bad. But I did hear one fun story. One of the German athletes who was there, he was competing with the long jump with him. And his first 2 runs of the long jump, Jesse was disqualified. He kept jumping over the line, which means you're disqualified. And the other German athlete,
you can't be too good or you lose.
Oh no, it's like he's jumping too far in. He's like crossing you can't.
He was jumping too late.
Jumping too late, yeah. So he was jumping too late, and one of the German athlete who became his friend during the events, he was another talented guy. He goes, just start further back, and he did. Then he broke the record. And the guy's like, oh, nice job, and they became like friends during the event. That guy went on to be drafted and was killed in Sicily by America. But Jesse still wrote letters to his sons after he died, being like, "This guy's a good shit."
Damn, that's cool.
He's not all Germany. Like, not all Germans are bad. But yeah, famously, he won the gold.
Yeah, the way long jump is, at least nowadays, how it works to figure out where you're running from. I mean, I'm going off of a middle school track career, but you start at the jump point and you run away from it, and when you reach top speed, you have someone there and you go here, and they set a marker for you, so you know where to start to reach your top speed and when to jump. So you're not going too far, or you're not running out of like stamina and you're not at the line yet.
That's 100 years extra of
just start and
sports knowledge that he did not have. Apparently, the German guy helped him. But yeah, he won the gold, a bunch of golds, and Hitler refused to shake.
Imagine sports being still so new to the world at this level. They're like, I keep going over. What do I do? It's like, you try taking a couple steps back before you go.
Yeah, like that's
holy shit.
They're the best in the world, and they still don't know the debate. Now it's like they measure every millimeter of like blood that you pump through your heart every day. Yeah, it's crazy. That's why athletes are so good now, because there's OP in that. But I mean, not only was it a crazy Olympics and obviously historic, because 2 years later, Germany's like, what if we start World War II right quick?
What if we just take this country and claim it's ours?
Yeah,
that'll work, cool. Right?
But yeah, just an amazing guy. And he went on to be an athlete for a lot longer. But again, another example, guy was the best athlete in America and in the world, and broke as fuck. He just used to run around the country, just like doing like symposiums, doing like events and stuff like that. Like he toured with the Harlem Globetrotters for a while. Like, it's just like, you're so good at athletics and you're so bad. That's why people are like, what, you get paid $1 million just to dribble a basketball? It's like, yeah, well, most guys who did this got paid nothing for the whole time. And if you go to see him play, you should get paid, man. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
So anyways, you can go on the next one now, but I just had to mention, I mean, obviously
all right, quick little thing I want to throw in, because I love doing this shit. The 1936 Olympics, the last one was 1932 in Los Angeles, and Hitler was like, all right, we got to one-up these people.
Yeah.
So he had a brand new 100,000 seat arena built for track and field.
There you go. So that's where it all went.
This is where it really started being what it is today.
Balcony,
where it's no longer about who's the best. It's more about, all right, can I one up the country that did this 4 years ago?
Yeah, it's political. That's why it's insane.
And boy, did it backfire. Also, the 1936 games is how we got the footage of Hitler tweaking out.
Oh yeah, when he was tweaking out. Yeah.
all the sports. But this was also the first Olympic Games to be televised locally in Germany.
I didn't know that. Wow.
On the radio, it reached 41 countries, and they paid a filmmaker $7 million in German money to film the whole thing and make a movie out of it.
Wow.
Which, if I'm to guess, probably never came out, considering
there was a lot of
success
edits.
of one
probably a lot of cut footage there. Yeah. It was uniquely white. But yeah, I just love the idea. It's like people even say nowadays, like sports isn't political. It's a pure sport. It's like, but the Olympics, it's always political. It's countries competing in sports. I mean,
it's literally the entire point.
Of course, it's political. Everything's political. Everything's politics, and that might come up later. But yeah, this was political. Jesse Owens actually famously said that you should keep politics out of sports, even though he has one of the most famous political moments of any sport where he fucking won the gold and Hitler didn't shake his hand. So you never know. It just is the way the world works.
Also, if I remember correctly, I'm sure you'll put the picture up.
I'm going to show the race.
Maybe I'm wrong. On the podium, was it two Germans on either side of him? Was only one? I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I did not look it up.
We'll throw the picture.
I know that there was literally the Nazi flag hanging behind one man and the American flag on podium one.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts because that was the German flag for a good chunk of time there. But yeah, we'll show that
a good long while.
And
it's almost like it became the non-German flag in not even their current government, but the government before their current government.
It's almost like that. I agree with you.
It's almost like World War II was 3 governments ago for them.
Yeah, like 3 Reichs ago. We'll show Jesse Owens' race during this commercial break here. On the other side of the commercial break, we'll get you into the more modern Olympics when there's actually television and everyone in the world can watch the Olympics. What an idea.
Die Entscheidung im 100-Meter-Lauf. Borgmeier, Metcalf, Wyckoff, Owens.
This was my chance. How could I let Hitler, his cronies, and his true believers in that packed stadium know that I was scared? I got myself together, overcoming the impulses.
Fertig.
Ready to fly.
Owens wins in 10.3. Second is Blake South America. Third, Uzendorf Holland.
It's Toilet Wine. It's your favorite 2 hosts, Chachi and Bitch Fingers. We're here. We're queer.
If you don't know which one is which, keep watching. You'll figure it out pretty quickly.
Also, I'm here too. I should mention myself too. It's me, Joe. I'm Helen Toilet Wine here with my boy, and we're talking about the Olympics, or the 750 millionth Olympiad, according to Jim. And last we left you, we're talking about the Olympics that happened before the Reich happened everywhere. And we're going to shoot a little forward now and talk about how the Olympics changed and grew and eventually added dressage. So, Dom, why don't you take it away from here?
Dressage, or as my family for years and years, I'm not wearing a hat and I don't like that.
Dressage.
We called it dressage because
it is dressage.
Who are we to know what it's supposed to be called?
It's the blue collar.
We only have an equestrian in our family.
Equestrian,
but, whatever.
I think it's equestrian, but I appreciate that.
That's a Bob's Burgers reference there. You jackrabbit.
Oh, good. You'll get it. And no one else will.
Yeah. So basically, let's just keep moving on for the Olympics. 1956, 20 years.
Hitler's no longer alive.
All that.
The German flag has
not around
changed
anymore.
Yep, some things have changed.
Everything about that country and I don't know the 5 or 6 countries they invaded all differently.
Yeah, the Empire of Japan has fallen
different.
too.
Japan's different.
Japan will have the Olympics soon, but
the U.S. is now the strongest country in the world.
Hell yeah,
we run that shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Eisenhower's not playing football; he's in the Oval Office.
Yeah, that's right. He went from getting his knee busted out against Jim Thorpe to running the Oval Office in this time period. So things have changed. But Dom can tell you about this Olympics in 56.
But so 1956 was a little rough for the Olympics, Summer Olympics, because 8 countries boycotted the games.
Oof.
And you're probably thinking, 8 countries boycotted for all for the same reason? No.
Oh, different
They
reasons.
boycotted it for 3 different reasons.
Let's hear them.
Different countries had different reasons all at the same time.
Real quick, though, again, it's always been political. Insane to think it isn't. Go ahead. It's always been political every time. It's good.
Yeah. Nonstop. Cambodia, Egypt, Iraq, and Lebanon said they wouldn't participate because of the Suez Crisis, which was basically Egypt being invaded by Israel. The Suez Canal has been issues for longer. People, it's not just evergreen.
What a jump. It went from Hitler hosting the Olympics to Israel bombing the shit out of Egypt and the Suez Canal. What a turn. That's going to come into play later in the 72 Olympics for all you historians out there, but please keep going.
Yeah. And the other ones were, I don't know why it says 3 reasons. It's mostly 2.
That's fine.
The other 2 reasons, what's the word for this? Soviets.
That was my guess. I was going to say, is it Soviets?
So it's either Israel trying to take over Egypt.
Yep. Russia.
With
trying to take over Ukraine.
Or Russia fucking shit up.
So the more things change, the more
it's
they stay
basically
the same.
2022 is what this is. It's 2021, 2022.
It's the exact same shit as it was then. Wow.
Nothing changed. Oh, I'm sorry. There were actually no.
The third reason?
The third one was that Taiwan wanted to be a country.
Oh, fuck them. Yeah, so it is the same. It really is the same.
It's nothing.
56, 2025,
Nothing's
exact
changed.
same issues. Israel's a problem, Russia's a problem, and China doesn't think that Taiwan should be a country. Wow. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, it got rough. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, we're not going to show up. It was like, the Soviet Union was like, hey, Hungary, we're in your country. Why aren't you doing the Olympics? Like, well, because you suck. And they're like, well, now we're going to make it your problem even more. And there was rioting.
Oh.
Just basically just anarchy in the streets, because they were like,
anarchy outside of the UK. Anarchy in the EU.
The UK. But it's like, imagine trying to take over someone's country and just going, why didn't you do this thing that's about peace and love? It's like, well, because you're not about that. Like, we're there.
Like, but you're going to be about it.
Just act like you're the best.
Just a gun to your head. Say peace and love. Say it right now.
Do a false start.
Don't run. Yeah, in the 1956 Olympics, all of the starting guns were to the head of a member of the Eastern Bloc. Bang and go.
It's like in Sacha Baron Cohen's worst but still not terrible movie, The Dictator, when he's doing the.
It had a lot of good moments. I think it's making a comeback.
He starts running and he's holding the starting pistol.
He starts the starting gun.
He fires it as he's already going and he points it at them, so they all stop. And he walks over the line.
He's so out of shape, too. It's great. It's great. I've seen that speech circulating on Reddit. It's a 10-year-old speech now where he's like, no, why don't you authoritarian? It's great. This is what you do. And he just tells this playbook of like,
you just stop everything that America does.
And it's like, that's what a lot of world leaders are doing right now. It's not crazy. It's a comedy movie, by the way. Yep. It's like Idiocracy, where it's funny, but it's sad, too.
And also 1956 was also the first time that every single country was like, yeah, no, they have to be amateurs. Before it was like it should be. Some countries were like,
it's kind of like
if it was like when Jim Thorpe was like the host country was like, no, we're following this amateur thing, so you get fucked.
Gotcha.
And in 56 everyone was like, all right, you have to be amateurs, except for the professional soldiers that are in here. You can compete, fine. No problem. That's totally allowed. And
which from 1936 to 56, probably one of the most prominent professions was soldier, considering that 20% of the male population of the modern world was a soldier professionally. So I can see how you wouldn't want to explain.
The point where you see like the movies where it's not necessarily a war movie, but it shows people talking about, like, it takes place in 1952. They're like, oh, what'd you do in the war? You're a white man. You definitely fought in the war. Like, oh yeah, I was a mechanic. Like, oh, that's cool. I've seen any battle.
Yeah, it's wild.
No, I mostly stay at the base. Like, oh, you're not a man. All right. Next.
Well, because of the population increase and the lack of draft, there's still on average more people in the U.S. military now than there ever have been. There's just not as many people who had to invade Europe. It's wild. There's more people just in the world.
Not as many had to jump out of planes for an extra $25 a month.
No, but if they would, they could. But it's still the same where if they're poor people, it's their best option.
Yep.
I love how America is like, we will pay you if you take a bullet. We'll pay you, but you have to take one. We'll pay. We have the money. Because when we win, we get more money, so we have more money to pay you to take a bullet next time.
We're not fighting. We're not. That's the secret, son. We ain't fighting for peace. We're fighting for money.
Yeah,
the gold. It's gold bars.
There's still another 20
of mass destruction.
Yeah, there's still 25, 30 years before the draft is ended, so we'll figure it out.
Excuse me, sir. How many Iraqis were involved in 9/11? About $300 million worth of gold bars.
Yeah. Are you unfamiliar with how your car works, son? That's how many Iraqis were in 9/11. About 186 a gallon before we started shooting.
Yeah. What was that question, Private? Well, I asked how the Iraqis were involved. I don't think you should ever ask that again, Corporal.
That's what I thought. Before you get dishonorably discharged or you get admitted to the hospital for dishonorable discharge.
You discharge me.
I've been admitted to the ER for dishonorable discharge.
Oh my God, he admitted.
It's always been political.
All right, Joe, you got another Olympic story for us?
I sure fucking do. Mexico, 1968. Do we have anything between then and now that we're not now?
I wasn't alive.
So now the boys have come home. The Korean Wars happened, and civil rights is all the rage.
Korean conflict. We've never lost a war.
The Korean
lost plenty of conflicts, though.
There was a conflict that went on and still going on. I don't know if people know.
Conflict of interest never ended.
Yeah, the interests are still there. The interest is what the bank.
The interest rates are sky high.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, for the Korean War, the interest rates never been lower.
Never been lower. Buy now, sell high. Yeah, the next notable Olympics that I want to mention is 1968. Mexico gets the Olympics this year, just to show that we're all fair in love and war. Mexico gets the Olympics that year, and we're hot in the middle of civil rights. John Fitzgerald Kennedy is the president of the United States, which means that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and many others are fighting for civil rights, as well as the head of the Black Panther Party and the Black Power movement in the United States of America.
Didn't you say 68?
I did.
Yeah, JFK's dead.
Oh, I meant to say we haven't been to the moon yet, and JFK's been dead for a while.
I think. Hold on, let me think.
Why did I think he was still alive?
This podcast I watch.
Yeah, we did a whole podcast on when JFK died. I'm like,
I think I did a whole podcast.
Well, his ghost is still hot in the 5 years.
Shockingly, never had a full blown one.
Yeah.
JFK did because he was hot.
Yeah, he had a lot of sex.
Hotter than me and Joe.
Yeah. We're into Nixon at this point, I think. Ford's done. I mean, Lyndon Johnson's done.
Lyndon's done.
So. We're into Nixon at this point. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I was thinking of it more like fighting for the right to party here. Yeah, you're right. Nixon is the president. I believe Johnson has just ended. He had to take a retirement because his dick is so big, famously. Moving on to that. So civil rights movement is still happening. They're fighting for the right to party. And a lot of athletes, I don't know if you guys can imagine this, but back in the 60s, a lot of American athletes were black. If you can imagine that.
What?
And so they felt some type of way about the fact that they were being raised as a icon for the country as amazing athletes and still being oppressed at home. So even at the time, there was still in a lot of places in the country, segregated sections. The Jim Crow laws were being repealed during Lyndon Johnson's administration. But a lot of African Americans felt like this is not enough. And what a way to make a statement than to boycott the Olympics. And two of our top track and field athletes named Tommy Smith and John Carlos were part of the movement that was started by the Olympics for Human Rights Committee, which was part of the Black Power movement, which is basically saying, hey, if they're going to use us to support American supremacy, we should use our voices and use our bodies to support that. So They almost didn't go, but the two people involved in this story did end up going because ultimately they figured out, they said, well, boycott isn't going to be as effective as going and then speaking our voice. So again, politics.
The fact that was going, kicking
athletics.
ass, and then saying whatever we want because we just quite literally just earned that spot.
It does help. It does help. And it's a tale as old as time in the United States. I might bring up another person later who was not nearly as good a football player as these guys were at running, but it's very similar sentiment might bring up. But anyway, so they go to that in Mexico. These guys are there with a couple other athletes as well. A lot of the American contingency for track and field was black, and they end up kicking the shit out of people in many sprinting events, including winning the gold medal and the bronze medal in the 200-meter dash in Mexico. And they decide, this is the moment we're going to let our voice be heard. We're going to be on a world stage. They're going to play the national anthem. They take their shoes off to reveal they're wearing black socks. One of them puts on a pair of beads and takes his jacket, zips it wide open, which is against Olympic standards. And they share a set of gloves, one to the right hand and one to the left hand. And the iconic image and video will show now, they both raise their hands to the sky in solidarity for many Americans who, although are very talented, underrepresented, and not helped by the government. And they show that to the world. And I mean, the classic Reddit, watch people die inside. The other guy in second place just standing there being like,
like
just
I'm not just leaning over.
He's just like, I don't know what this, but obviously iconic event. And immediately they are kicked out. They had 48 hours to go to the United States. They're kicked out of the entire American team. They're chastised. They are ridiculed by a large portion of the American public. You can't make this political. This is the Olympics. This must be about sports. How dare you do it? Well, how dare they?
Yeah, it's really about sports.
Well, how dare they do it? I mean, it's still one of the most famous events in not just Olympic history, but American civil rights history. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, that's where you get your voice.
There's a reason why I know for a fact that you and I knew about this without having to look anything up about the Olympics. Mm-hmm. Whether we had all the details down, probably not. But we knew about these two African Americans that went,
it's iconic,
kicked ass, and took their chance on the podium to be like, hey, look at this shit that's fucked up.
And they ruined their athletic careers to do it. They got sent right home and they never competed in Olympics again. See you later. That's what you get for speaking up. Shut the fuck up and be quiet and just do what we want, you know? And they did it. I mean,
they ran so Colin Kaepernick could kneel.
There we go. That's what I was going to say later when they said, well, I'm not going to watch football anymore because it's supposed to be about sports. It's not the time. It is the time. If you agree or not, you don't have to agree with any of it. No one should have to agree with anything anyone ever does, but the idea that you can't say it in that space is ridiculous. Those two guys putting their hands up that day was not an insult to the Olympics. It wasn't an insult to sports, and it wasn't an insult to the country. It was a statement to say we need to be heard, and this is the only way we're going to do it. And guess what? They were heard loud and clear, and years later, we're still talking about it. So obviously it worked. I mean, name all the members of the Black Panther Party who had protests that year. I couldn't name one of them. Meanwhile, these guys run 200 meters, get a gold, put their hands up for fucking 2 minutes during the national anthem. We're still talking about them. So the idea that that's ridiculous doesn't make any sense to me. Obviously, a huge moment in Olympics history and therefore the world. So that's my last statement about Mexico 68. I'm sure other stuff happened. I feel bad for all the other Olympic racers. Who cares at this point? It's got overshadowed.
Hey, as long as the racers.
Racers.
There's one other thing that happened in the 68 Olympics that's worth talking about.
Please.
It was the first time that an Olympian was disqualified due to a banned substance.
Ooh, that's interesting. What's that all about?
Hans Gunnar. Oh my God.
Israel Hanzola.
Ligenval. He was a at that time the pentathlon.
Please say Austrian.
They started adding shooting. No, he was Swedish.
Okay, Swedish, fine.
The pentathlon had changed since then, where shooting was part of it. Where it's not the biathlon, but shooting was still part of it.
Yeah.
He drank 2 beers before shooting, and was disqualified.
That's insane. That should be. And if anything, it's harder.
It literally became alcohol was a
banned substance.
You could be disqualified for drinking alcohol.
Wow, that's gonna be about.
That's the first banned substance of the Olympics. Was you can't drink.
That's how far sports have come, that alcohol was considered a performance-enhancing drug.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it was okay for the '09 Red Sox though. Drinking beers, eating fried chicken in the dugout. That was totally allowed.
That's fine.
But 1968 Olympics, shooting guns, started drinking 2 beers, two lager beers. Absolutely not.
Beer. Crazy how that would enhance their abilities, but like whatever, just ban people for doing
it. Wouldn't. That's just them being like, I don't like what you did, and we're gonna punish you for it. That's all that is.
Think how good he could shoot without the 2. Well, actually, he probably couldn't shoot that good without the 2 because he needed the 2 to stop the gun.
He needs the 2 drinks for the two images to become one.
He needed. Yes, he needed it. But no, that's an interesting point. I didn't know that. That's wild. That'd be the first banned substance. Now we have the list of banned substances in the Olympics must be hundreds of compounds. It's gonna be crazy now at this point. People know better. But yeah, my next one is until 72, unless you have something between then and now.
That's exactly where I was going to go. 72.
72.
Because this is going to be a common trend now that the more countries joining, the more athletes there are, the more events there are, the more eyes on it. Where television is getting easier and easier you can film in Australia.
Wait, you say Tel Aviv?
Practically.
Oh no, you said television.
No,
television.
I did not say Tel Aviv. We're on Zoom. Thank you very much. We're not on Riverside.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But it becomes easier and easier to just move information, basically.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot more controversies going on the more and more as it goes.
Of course.
More people are trying to do stuff that other people don't want them to do. More people are mad. And this guy, he wore pink. He's a man. He can't wear pink. Boom. Controversy because you can see it now.
Yep.
We're getting into the early late 70s. We're starting to get color TV. We're starting to see how white some of these
in living color
performing athletes actually are.
Let's see how white they truly are.
It's getting into we're starting to get into the actual modern age. I know modern Olympics we were talking about 1896, 1920s, but
yeah,
we're starting to get actual technology.
This is the shit that your parents remember.
Elon Musk is alive right now.
What? No, he isn't. 72?
No. In 2025, he's alive right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Certainly. That's true. Yeah.
I took a big guess, so I have no idea how old he is.
He's got to be in his 40s. There's no way he's in his 50s.
Well, let's find out while you talk about the 1972 Olympics.
My mom was born in 72, so she's not as...
Oh, good for you.
I'm just saying. So 1972 Olympics. Interesting. Earlier, Dom talked about people protesting.
He was born in 1971. You son of a bitch.
He's 50.
He's 54.
4? Wow. I was wrong about that. So yes, Dom's right.
But he wasn't an American. Don't forget, he is an immigrant.
Also, I should have mentioned that one of the reasons why they wanted to boycott the '68 Olympics is because South Africa was involved and they were mid-apartheid at the time, which was where his dad was getting an emerald mine going. So all that.
Yeah, pretty easy to start a tech company when your dad is one of the richest people in the country you were born in.
Sure is. Any hoozle.
1972.
72. Dom talked about the fact that during the 56 Olympics, they were wanting to boycott because of the war with Egypt and the Suez Canal incident, because Israel is now a country and they have something to say. In 72, they were also involved, namely that 12 Israeli athletes were very much involved when it was hosted once again by Germany for the first time since the time we mentioned earlier with Jesse Owens. It went from the Nazi flags to the new German flag.
And guess what? It's still not the German government that we have today.
It's still
not there yet.
It's still
they're still trying things out because
they're trying.
That honestly, that's what really quick little sidebar thing.
Please.
It is crazy for how much we're like, okay, 1945, Germany. So you're done. We're gonna take over. But you're not going to be your own place until the mid 80s.
We don't believe you're not going to
for like 40 years. There's going to be 2 different countries telling you what to do, and we don't get along with them. So it's going to be really fun.
It really shows the resilience because now they're like the 5th largest economy in the world, and like they're doing very well right now, even after all that shit.
Oh yeah,
they know what they're doing.
They make so much renewable energy that they have to sell it to other countries because they can't use it all.
They know what they're doing. And we need to keep an eye on them because they're really good at what they do. But anyways, so this has to do with that clearly. And this also shows the more things change, the more they stay the same. Because if you can imagine this, 1972, it was in Munich instead of Berlin, but there was a problem with Israeli athletes and a couple of Palestinian gentlemen that showed up to the
Oh
Olympics.
no.
Yeah.
No, you're making that up. That's not a
Yeah,
thing.
yep, it was. And here's the thing, because Germany was well aware of their past, they actually had a motto for the Olympics that year. It was called peace and love. It was almost like the new generation of
Did
that.
it work? Did the motto work? Did
It
saying a
almost
few
did.
words stop every violent thing ever?
It almost did. Well, not only did they do that, they actually lowered security because they didn't like the image of all the armed guards outside of the Olympic Stadium. Because last time they were there, they were wearing a Hugo Boss, and there's a lot of weird flags. So they decided not to do that this time, and it might have bit them in the ass. I hate to say it, and I hate when people do less security and get bit
Like
in the
Woodstock
ass.
1970.
Yeah.
Just
So
went
anyway,
bad.
what happened was a gaggle of Palestinian gentlemen showed up there, and they dressed all in tracksuits to blend in with the athletes. They were fitted with AK-47s and grenades, and they invaded the hotel that the Israelis sportsmen were staying in. They hijacked the hotel. They killed 3 of them, including castrating one of them. They're not cool to do to people.
That's just unnecessary.
Yeah. And because of the fact that there was no security, they were on scene. And then they took, I believe, 10 of them or 9 of them hostage at the time. And the German government was like, uh-oh, peace and love is the, what do we need to save this shit right now?
Uh-oh.
And the next day,
that's a no good.
The Olympics are still going on, and the head of the Olympics committee said the show must go on. So the next day, there's 9 hostages, and they still did the event the next day.
The show must go on. They started playing a Queen song.
They did, and that's not the time. And they kept the Olympics going even with 9 hostages. The hostages were negotiated to be put on a plane, and they were going to take them, and they were going to fly them away and make a big deal of it. They had a lot of demands to be made. And interestingly enough, the Mossad, the Israeli Defense Force at the time, had a counterterrorism unit that was like, hey, do you want our help? There are citizens. We know how to fight Palestinian terrorists. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. And Germany was like, no, we got this. We got this. And they're like, are you sure? Mm-hmm. Because it's going to look pretty bad if a bunch of more Jewish people die.
It seems soil. Like you don't.
Because last time we did this, it wasn't really good. And it didn't turn out too well because the idea was to try to transfer them to the plane and get them to leave. And their idea was to get them on, after they transferred them to the plane, was to get the Israeli sportsmen on helicopters and fly them out. And then the terrorists were going to be able to fly home with some political demands met. And unfortunately, they set up an entire unit of sharpshooters in Germany. And a lot of those German soldiers decided, I'm not going to take part in this. I don't want any part of this. Yep. So they literally just bailed AWOL. And the guys who were left there had iron sights. Imagine taking a sharp shot in 1972 with iron sights. So as they were going to the plane, they started iron sight shooting at these guys. They missed a lot. The hostages were immediately killed by the terrorists. And actually one of them that was next to the helicopter threw a grenade in the helicopter with the Israelis loaded in there and blew up an entire helicopter full of 3 of the guys involved.
Oh, wonderful. So wonderful.
Every single one of the hostages was killed in that moment, and 3 of the terrorists was captured, and most of them were killed in that moment. So not great. The next day of the Olympics, the show must go on. Everyone had their flag at half mast, but they believe that the sportsmanship is more important than political ideas. By the way, I think it was 7 countries decided no half mast for me.
I think. Oh, really? That's wild.
Yeah. They were like, no, keep it full mast.
I might be able to guess some of the countries, but I don't think we have time for that.
You can guess generally what they might have been.
It's funny that you said, oh, everyone decided. I was like, oh, you know what? It's all about the sports. But there's this little thing called the International Olympic Committee that didn't feel the same way because the small African country, I'm saying small, I shouldn't say small because I don't actually know how big it are. The African country of Rhodesia was banned from the Olympics in 1972 by a vote of 36 to 31 because they were boycotting the game. So they weren't going to go anyways. They were boycotting. They're like, this is fucked up. It's in Munich. You guys are letting. There was a group because like they do the non-country. There's like a team for people that weren't picked by their country,
They have a refugee team now, where if you're without a country, they'll let you compete as the refugee team.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Or like even like there are some Russian athletes that they can't play for Russia. They like basically defect and join.
Yeah, they had that like the Russian, Olympic.
So there was a group that was going to be playing in the games called the White Minority Ruled Regime.
Oof.
And basically, Rhodesia said, "This is fucked up. We're not playing if they're playing. This is ridiculous." Mm-hmm. So the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, went, well, you're banned. You can't play anyways.
We were hoping you might say that. Fuck you." That's
because the president of the IOC at the time went, "You see that all that terrorism shit that just went on 2 days ago? We feel like that's what you're gonna do, so you can't come anyways."
Yeah, you're too crazy. And look, hold your skin up to the chart. Yep, no, doesn't pass. Does not pass.
Not allowed in.
Nope. And
my favorite thing from the 1972 Olympics that I found out is the men's basketball game, the gold championship for the gold medal, was between the U.S. and the Soviet Union,
and the Soviets won.
1972, Germany, heavily Soviet controlled because they're a lot closer to the U.S. The U.S. like we're like, yeah, we're gonna help you with like West Berlin or East Berlin, whichever one was ours. I don't remember.
It's West as ours, yeah.
I thought, and like we're gonna help you with all this stuff, but we're across the giant ocean.
Yeah,
Russia's right there. They're gonna do way more than we want them to, and we can't do anything about it.
Right.
The U.S. men's team won gold medal in the basketball finals. The last 3 seconds of the game was replayed 3 times until the Soviets scored enough baskets to win.
Oh man, that was.
They were like, "Oh, you won? No, actually, you did it. You did this. It's a new rule. Go back another 3 seconds."
It was a Bill Maher situation. New rule: only Soviets win. Okay.
Yep. And I'm sure if it took 10 hours, they would have played until the Soviets won.
Yeah, it's so corrupt bullshit. Again, sports, yes. Political, also yes. But I thought an interesting part about that was that afterwards, they still had 3 of the terrorists, and they're like, "We're gonna negotiate. We're gonna get them arrested, and we're gonna fly them back and be tried." And when they went to fly them there, it got hijacked again, and they just flew back to Libya with all the guys there, and they all got away with it. And it came out, and when they landed in Libya, they were greeted.
It used to be so easy to steal planes.
I know. And it came out later, I believe in 1992, that actually the German government made an agreement with the terrorists to say, as long as you stop terrorizing the Olympics, we'll fly them back. You can just hijack it. It's fine. Like they literally allowed them to do it. So that's not great. But yeah, that's 72 Olympics. And luckily after that, all the relations between Israel and the world stopped being so controversial. And now we're all good. So it's all good now. And obviously, as you said, Dom, can you guess the 7 nations that kept their flags at full mast? You can. Don't say them, but you can guess the ones. They're not huge fans.
I can definitely get 4 or 5.
Yeah. Libya
after
was
enough
one.
Time, I bet I can get all 7.
Yeah, I think we got it. All right, let's keep moving.
What do you got? So you started that one, so I should throw another. I'll do a little quick one.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
You know, we like doing quick ones here and there.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
You know what? Let's use these next 5 minutes before the commercial break. I'm gonna ask you this, Joe. Sure. Before we get into, we'll do a little lull. We like to break up a little bit. Toilet wine. My rules. I got 2 questions for you. First off, what do you prefer, winter or summer Olympics?
I prefer summer, but I respect them both equally.
I prefer winter.
Okay, you would.
Yes. I mean, it's very fitting based on the activities I do in my own life. That's basically the reasoning for it.
I mean, I love winter though. It's not talk shit, but summer's the real one.
What's your favorite summer event?
Summer event. I can't pick just one. Obviously, one of I think the best events is sprinting, because I think it just is like the like I didn't even know that it was the only event it used to be, but like it's the most classic. Like how fast can you run? Like what beats that? I don't actually love.
I know how fast you can run. Slower than me.
Yeah, nice. I don't actually love the swimming as much. A lot of people like swimming because America is so good at it. But I don't.
I don't understand.
I don't love
swimming's
watching
not
it.
fun to watch.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch. I mean, I like when one of us wins 12
I mean,
gold
humans
medals.
are one of the we're like super inefficient at swimming.
Yeah.
It's something like only like 30% of our motion goes to actually moving.
Yeah.
So that because we literally evolved to not be in water.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. But I would say, yeah, obviously sprinting, I would say, and then gymnastics is the other one where it's like that's the big event where you're like, here we go, it's gymnastics, which could be any season. It's always indoors, but yeah, fun.
Yeah.
But the most fun event to watch in the summer
pretty good.
is not that. The most fun event to watch in the summer is the classic the event when they have people like from Apocalypto where they run across the mud field and everyone shoots arrows at you, and if you make it the other side, you win.
My favorite Olympic event is
the
the scene from Apocalypto where the old man puts spicy powder on another guy's balls.
Yeah, these are all summer events. This is why I prefer it. But yeah, it's all equal though.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Sprinting, watch 100, 200 meter dash. Hurdles is fun.
Yeah.
I like high jump.
I like the sports. Obviously,
cool.
It's like, basketball, whatever.
Yeah,
that's not really Olympics. So I don't really count it as that.
Baseball,
Olympics.
softball's back. They added skateboarding.
Yeah, it's fun,
cool.
but those aren't really Olympic events.
It's just whatever.
It's just cool to watch, but whatever.
Gymnastics, I don't like the floor routine. Is the stupidest thing ever. Shouldn't be involved, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, gymnastics is one of those things.
Yeah, vaults, dude. The uneven bars, love watching that. That shit's cool.
The rings is cool. They have they do the iron cross.
Yeah, I saw a video the other day from I think it was the 2016 Olympics, where there was an athlete that he was short, he couldn't jump up high enough to reach the rings.
They had to lift him up.
So it was 2016. That was Rio, I believe, and he looked over at a Brazilian member was like, hey, come here, and he did the grab by the waist,
lift.
Yeah. He grabbed on. And then he did like a flawless ring routine.
Once he's up there,
they do because the ring is crazy because they do all like the crazy flips. Yeah. And they go arms straight out and just hold up. And if you're not shaking, that means you're doing good.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do that for 1 second.
No,
I mean that's crazy.
I couldn't pull up to here.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't either. But I say if they lift me up by my hips and they said just stay there, I'd be immediately shiver. I mean, it'd be.
If you're up there and they go hold on for 15 seconds, you're like, can it be 10?
Zero chance.
And you're gonna be here to catch me, right?
Yeah. Zero chance.
All right, and then what are your favorite winter
events? Love winter. It's fun. Obviously, snowboarding is fun to see, but again,
it's way better.
It's just its own thing. I say definitely skeleton, bobsled's fun to watch. Long jump for the long ski and jump when they do the big, they just fly.
Oh, the ski jump ones, those are crazy. They jump like hundreds and hundreds of feet.
That shit rules. Yeah. And then of course curling. I love watching curling. I was talking shit about it earlier, but it's fun.
Couldn't agree more. I love curling. I watch curling every time. I've curled before.
Yeah, and you'll curl again, God willing.
I will curl again when I die, and I'm like curling up. But I'm anti-formaldehyde. I'm allergic to it, so I don't want it in my body ever.
Whenever I have it, I hope I'm dead.
Yeah,
I actually don't want it in me ever, though.
I fully believe. I stand by. Winter Olympics are far superior. There's more fun. It's not that there's more fun sports. There's less stupid sports.
I agree. There's less stupid sports, and it is fun to watch. But unfortunately, it's not the real Olympics. It's the Olympics that only 1/3 of the world can do. So therefore, it's not as equal in my mind. But...
ask that to the Jamaican bobsled team, and
that might come up later.
I'm no storyteller here, but I'm assuming we're gonna be talking
less
about
than a minute.
What's the term? Is it the 1980 Winter Olympics? Is that what it is? I bet we're gonna talk about that when we get back from the commercial break.
88 in Calgary.
That's what I said. 88.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. It's toilet wine time. You heard?
Oh,
you heard me?
Add that to the intro for toilet wine.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody, there's a recording in progress. I don't know if you know that, but we know it.
They can't
because
hear it.
We're here
we can hear
doing
it.
An episode of Toilet Wine, which only happens when Dylan's not around, which basically never happens. He's here all the time, 24/7.
So rare.
The fact that he's chasing down a fictional character from a movie from 1985, 6, something like that.
What was it again?
It made him make his career.
I already forget the premise.
Oh, if I remember correctly, it's he went to a town in Utah.
Oh, yes. Footloose.
Beaumont, Utah,
yeah, okay,
to approach Reverend Shaw Moore.
I thought you were doing a Carmen San Diego
to ask why he hit his daughter in church when he thought no one was looking. But there was actually a camera right there the whole time.
The weird thing
saw
is,
it happen.
Although the camera was there, the Lord's always watching you, and you should know that first.
Yeah, and if you remember, the reason why she got hit was because she was already complaining to her father in church. Mm-hmm. Then she said, "I'm not even a virgin," and he hit her.
Oh yeah, it's an honor slapping.
Which, to be fair, was understandable because the boyfriend that we saw early in the film, age never stated, had to be minimum 22 years old. She was in high school.
Minimum.
She did that bad news. Definitely rebelling against her father. Yeah. A little too far, if I do say so myself. But, tales of this time.
Okay, preacher Dominic. Let's move on to the Olympics, please.
We're talking about the Olympics here. And it wouldn't be the podcast if I didn't mention really quick Wallace's journal that he's been keeping. He wrote Tales Old as Time, Black Beauty, and then he wrote the Olympic symbol.
Really?
I can only assume he's talking about the 1960 games, 68 games, whatever it was.
I would hope so. Otherwise, he's talking about Simone Biles much more recently, who is a Black Beauty. Multiple gold medals and commercials.
And adopted.
And boycott.
Yes. So we're here talking about the Olympics. We last finished with 72, I believe. Was that where we ended up? And
we're going to do a big jump.
You have something very interesting to talk about. We obviously, folks, we can't talk about every single year. We'd be here for 6.5 hours, which we would love, but no one would watch it. People don't watch it when it's 2 hours long.
Why do they watch it when it's
views when it's 6 hours long?
Yeah. Someday we are going to do an episode where it's just us all day for 16 hours, and then even I won't watch it. So who knows what we're going to say then?
It'll have to be a live stream where there's no editing involved at all, because who would edit that?
And finally, the podcast will end when YouTube strikes us from the entire channel and Spotify cancels.
It'll end when we're doing the live stream and Dylan gets a text and goes, "Oh, guys, I have to go." We go, "Why?" He goes, "New lawnmower just popped up on Facebook Marketplace. I gotta go pick that up."
Spotify is gonna destroy our podcast, and we have to reach out to Saint Rogies. Please, Rogies, would you put us back on? It's just free speech.
We don't need Spotify. We can use Amazon Music.
We're all about Amazon Music in this gang. Speaking of Amazon Music, 1988, the Winter Olympics that have been underserved, even though it's Dom's favorite Olympics. We didn't mention a historical moment, which has been personified and solidified by a great film that came out in the 90s. One of John Candy's last films, where he plays the coach, the titular Cool Running. Coach Cool Running. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Where's John Candy? It's bobsled time. This is based on a true story where in 1988, a Jamaican team of bobsledders, which means we're talking about the fact that a third of the world can't even access snow. Yep. These guys actually qualified and competed in the Olympics in Calgary in 1988 as a bobsled team. They didn't do great because it's really hard to do well bobsledding, even if you are in Canada. Yep. But they competed, and they did it again in 2016. You said the Mormon Olympics. I watched
the Winter Olympics were 14 and 18.
Yeah, so must have been 14. I was on a plane coming back from Florida, watching Jamaica come back for their first time since '88 in Calgary on the bobsled, and everyone on the plane was watching Jamaica go. And we're like, here we go. They didn't do great, but it's like they're there. I mean, come on, that's worth something.
And they're scheduled to be there next year in 2026.
They already trial the past the trials.
No. They're trying to get in. They're scheduled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm not saying they made it.
Let's go.
They're scheduled.
I mean, even if they just show up, everyone loves it. That's awesome. Yeah. Obviously, they didn't do that well, but it's worth mentioning. Jamaica, one of the only subtropical countries. Tropical countries.
They're in the Caribbean.
Bobsledding. And although it was a fictionalized movie, they actually did compete with like basically a roller coaster type thing, because they didn't have the snow. So they just like would practice with like the bobsled, like how you do it like on a track, because they couldn't use the ice. And
Joe, do you know the name of the flag bearer for
No.
Jamaica in the 1988 Winter Olympics?
I do not.
A+ name. Dudley Stokes.
I'm stoked on Dudley. That's some good shit. Although Jamaica didn't do great in the Winter Olympics that year, and they did qualify, which is great. They went on to, in 2008, put a player into the game, which is still holds the record for fastest sprint of any human being ever, which is Usain Bolt. So, of course, you find where you get in where you can fit in. And I think that's all I'm going to talk about. Usain Bolt, one of the most legendary athletes of all time, Jamaican. So yeah, didn't do bobsledded, but I mean, as far as I know, there might have been since his last Olympics was in 2016, and he didn't medal that year. But it's like, as far as I know, he has the record for in an Olympic trial, whether it's trials or the actual event, recorded official recording. No human being has run faster than him in 100 meters, which is pretty impressive. He should set the standard for how fast a Homo sapien can move on planet Earth.
And not to mention, I mean, there's a lot of Olympians that set world records and Olympic records. There are world records that do not get broken at the Olympics.
A lot of them don't happen in the Olympics because there's records being. I mean, we only watch javelin or like sprinting in the Olympics, but they happen all year round. So not all records are Olympic records. There's world records, Olympic records, and then whatever.
Man, and then Bobby Dahlbeck hit a 525-foot home run in Worcester, Mass. Didn't count as an MLB record.
Didn't count. And then you have, your uncle ran over from Pukwudgie. He ran at 35 miles an hour, but you can't prove it. Yeah. But it's true. He
knows that the stack of pallets was as tall as a barn. He knows
absolutely. That. My next Winter Olympics is only mentioned so I can play the next clip for our podcast. One of my favorite clips of all time. So it's in 2006. A young man by the moniker Flying Tomato hits the scene. One of the best snowboarders.
Boy, howdy.
In history.
I believe I talked about him a little bit at the very first Toilet Wine about stuntmen.
I think so.
Because I talked about Ken Block, and I definitely mentioned I'm going to steal it from you. Mr. Shaun White.
Mr. Shaun White. And of course, he went on to compete in multiple Olympics since then, but markedly, he was still a little boy at the time. I think he was 17 going on 18. He was
16.
He was 16. That's even crazier. And he gets the gold medal for the half pipe in snowboarding.
Yep.
Amazing. Pulling it off. And then not only
I think I know the clip you're going to put up.
You're showing people on the airplane, were people asking to see it, or
what happened was the funniest thing is the stewardess had all seen the games, and they were just so excited to see me, and they're like, you have the gold, and I mean, I had unlimited service after that. I was getting drinks and I was getting snacks, and I mean, I was taking photos in the back with all the stewardesses. It was fun.
Wait a minute, drinks? You're 19 years old.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby. All right.
He called me baby. Okay. That's right. Ginger ale for Shaun White. Outstanding. Okay, getting a little warm here. So do you have a girlfriend? I mean,
one of my favorite clips of all time. I'm glad I brought him up because he's an amazing athlete. But just for this clip, I want to bring him up. We'll cut it to here, folks. But he's being interviewed. I mean, imagine being 16 years old. You're basically a world-class athlete. I mean, you're on top of the world. I mean, if he won the X Games, it wouldn't be like this. Being interviewed by NBC, ABC, the whole fucking world being like, what's it feel like to get a gold medal for America in snowboarding, this and that? And he goes, oh, yeah, we've been hanging out all night. We've been partying. We've been drinking and this and that. And they go, drinking? Excuse me. And what a buzzkill. This fucking lady. The clip's already been played this, but I'll play it already.
Not to mention, he's not in America during this. No. Who cares?
Who cares? But also, who cares at all? The idea that she's going into mom mode during this, she already said she's a world-class athlete, and then she's going to, excuse me, drinking, and he just goes, I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby.
Wait a minute, drinks? You're 19 years old.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby.
I mean, this guy is a fucking legend.
Like this. He just, it's like he had it ready.
I mean, some people are born better, and he is one of them. And he goes on to do that for many years after that. I believe he's now retired from Olympic snowboarding. But
he is, yeah. He also has huge X Games fame.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's snowboarding all year round. Yeah.
There's literally physics are involved in why he's so good. When you watch people go into the half pipe,
Yeah.
they ride up the wall and they just fall in. Because he started as a skateboarder and then became a snowboarder, he actually jumps in. So he's actually falling farther before he hits the snow. Just gives him that extra momentum boost. He has a world record of, like, there's no 100%, but he's gotten the highest rankings multiple times.
Crazy.
He's the Babe Ruth of snowboarding, basically, in the half pipe.
It's amazing.
No one beats him. He might be beat, but
he will be.
Now,
he will be. But as of right now,
he's not. He's still the champ.
And USA, of course, USA Pride, love him. And also Ginger Pride, love it. So I had to mention that.
I love Shaun White. Shaun White is definitely one of my favorite athletes.
Me too. I only brought it up for the clip, but he deserves to be mentioned. I only have one more thing to say about, and I did jump ahead for Shaun White, but it's the '94 Winter Olympics. Again, America Pride. It comes into the figure skating solos competition, and the people who are poised to hit bronze, silver, and gold, 2 of the 3 are both United States athletes. So it's basically 2 U.S. competitors against themselves, and they couldn't. It's a tale as old as time. They made a movie about it, and when this news story came out, it was huge. Just the drama is so great. It's blue blood, rich girl, pretty hot rich girl, talented, against white trash girl, abused by her parents, try hard, makes it to the same place. They get both at the same moment in time, and unfortunately it gets ruined for both of them, where Nancy Kerrigan, who is the front runner to win gold, goes up against Tonya Harding, and Tonya Harding's boyfriend, Jeff Gillooly. He takes the equivalent of a tire iron to Nancy Kerrigan's knee in the locker room, bashes her knee, ruins her chances at skating. She cries. She goes, "Why me? Why me?" And of course, it's awful. You shouldn't do that to somebody. It's ruined her dreams. It's deplorable, really. Yeah. But from the perspective of,
but really, why ask why?
But from the perspective of rich, pretty girl who never had anything go wrong for her, and she goes, "Why me?" It really is fun to see her do it. Be like, "I know. Can you not believe something bad would happen in your life? Imagine that." I mean, it's disgusting what he did, but coming from Tonya Harding's perspective, we're on her record. She said she didn't ask him to do it. I'm not so sure about that. She might have asked.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But I'm not here to litigate that. But it is funny coming from her perspective, being like, "I can't believe my life would go wrong at all. I'm perfect." And then it doesn't go right. And then Tonya Harding and Jeff Gillooly get in big fucking trouble because of that. And Tonya Harding was a great skater, like one of the best in the world. So they shouldn't have done that at all. It ruined the whole thing. It's disgusting they did it to her. Here's the anecdote I want to put into that. I've met Nancy Kerrigan.
I knew this was coming.
You already knew this. So
why do you think Joe suggested this topic?
So
like, I need a reason to talk about Nancy Kerrigan.
Dom said the topic, but yeah. So she was at my my cousin's graduation party because my aunt is somehow friends with her because blue blood Bostonian.
Oh, people. God forbid your aunt is friends with the cripple. Oh,
well, she's not a cripple at all.
I know.
Definitely not. And again, that was disgusting what happened to her, and she deserves everything she gets in life. Besides that, I worded that wrong. She deserves everything she gets in life. Yeah, and she's still very beautiful. I'm sure she's still very wealthy, and her life's fine.
I just gotta guess if I could.
Tonya Harding, I would guess is probably dead by now. I don't know what happened to her. Who fucking knows? I don't know if she got any money from the movie.
All I know about her is that she allegedly didn't tell her boyfriend to do that. That's all I know about her.
And also, well,
also didn't she also not win?
Yeah,
even with Nancy Kerrigan taking out.
Yeah, she didn't win. But like we'll look this up for the record. But also, I mean, it's just that it's classic tale of like movies aren't real. I mean, Tonya Harding's life was shit. Like she was just I'm sorry, Tonya, white trash. Like her life sucked. Abusive parents, alcoholic. The whole thing sucked. She was like an underdog, and then her fucking boyfriend went and ruined it all. Even if she did tell him to do it, it's like, don't do that. Just let her compete. It would have been so much better if she beat Nancy, but she probably wouldn't have. So that's life. But funny enough, she gets played by Margot Robbie, who is the Nancy Kerrigan of acting. So it's like that really ain't how it went. Yep. Nancy Kerrigan is a lot more in
Nancy Kerrigan is played by Glenn Close for some reason. Yeah. The most handsome actress in Hollywood.
She has a lot more in common with Nancy Kerrigan than Tonya Harding. But anyway,
which also, John, I know you've never seen The Natural, but I will make you watch it someday. Mm-hmm. Robert Redford and his love interest is Glenn Close, and I know everyone loves something else, but I can't watch it and be like, oh, you're supposed to be the hot one.
Yeah,
You know you're Glenn Close, right?
she's a great actress. You
It's
can't
not
take it away
great.
from her.
It's not great. Great
Anyways,
movie.
So that's all I got about the Olympics. I know I jumped a little ahead of Shaun White, but that's all I got, Josh. If you got anything else,
all right, yeah, I got one last thing to finish this up.
Let's do it.
I'm going to Rio de Janeiro, or Rio de Janeiro, I suppose it's supposed to be said,
or as it's also known, the River of Janeiro.
River of Janeiro. Call back to Magellan. It had a different name when they got there in the 1500s.
But remember when Magellan found the Strait of Magellan?
Strait?
That was wild that he found that. What
all jokes aside, was it called that or did he find it? Anyways, there were a few big controversies of the 2016 Olympics in Rio. The first one is that the bay was so polluted and they wanted to do the sailing there that they had to clean it up.
Dang.
And they're like, we still can't really do it. And they had to move the sailing to a different part of the country to do it, which happens a lot. It's not rare. Like in France,
it should be more rare though.
The surfing was in a tropical island that's owned by France.
Yeah,
but the other big controversy was in 2016. This little thing that I bet we all forgot about called the Zika virus was going on.
Oh, Zika! Big call.
There was a big concern about that, and it was like Zika was mosquitoes. So like, yeah, we'll just pesticide, like crazy.
What do you not pesticide?
We'll take care of this,
but also pesticide.
But the biggest thing, what was the biggest thing about? But in my mind, I'd never forgot this. I remember being an American, hearing about this and laughing. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
what happened here, and it's all you can kind of tie it to Tom Brady,
really,
because that with Spygate was the first time they used Gate outside of Watergate.
Oh, the Gate. Now it's everything. Everything's Gate.
Watergate and Flakegate.
We're talking about
Lochtygate.
Lochtygate.
Which I will admit, I never
the
knew
much
that was
forgotten
the
gate.
Until I looked back into it. I was like, they call it Lochtygate? That's fucking stupid. Just give up on that thing. Just say Ryan Lochte tried to defraud the Brazilian government.
What, a Lochte scandal? We can't use scandal anymore? I mean, come on.
No, you're not allowed. Obviously, Olympic swimmer, American Olympic skimmer.
AKA the Tanya Harding of swimming after Michael Phelps.
Tanya Harding of swimming, Ryan Lochte, along with Jimmy Fagan, Gunnar Conger.
I'll take whitest names in the world for 800, Alex.
If only there was a Jackson in there.
Oof.
So basically, they had some legal issues while they were in Rio. You know, you always hear stories about in the Olympic
They had legal issues in the way that they had containment issues during the Fukushima event. It's like, yeah, it was a little bit wet.
Yeah. Little wet, little wild, little weird.
Wet and Wild. The Fukushima documentary. Wet and Wild in Japan. Wet and Wild in Rio de Janeiro.
You like iodine, right? Slug that shit down, brother.
Iodine, uodine, we all dine.
Ooh. Oh, you rascal. That got way better response than it should have.
That's the kind of shit that you like.
you know me.
I know you. Please continue.
You have my number. So they got into some issues in Rio. The initial reports were that they got robbed at gunpoint while they were walking around the streets of Rio.
Crime rampant in Brazil.
It turns out, once you look into it a little bit, because this is 2016, there's cameras everywhere.
There's presidents Twitter. Getting elected who are now president again, Grover Cleveland style.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. And
Joe, put in that song by Psy. Remember that song by Psy? Grover Cleveland
Gangnam style. What's the Ryan Lochte? He's the most famous swimmer. I think that's why it gets tied to him the most.
Yeah.
But him and those three cronies of his.
The cronies.
They went into a convenience store in Rio, Brazil. Urinated outside of the bathroom, didn't go in.
Disrespectful.
And this might sound crazy, but they vandalized a few posters.
Scandalized a few countries.
Excuse me. And then the owner of the store freaked out on them.
Fair enough. I think it's fair.
and basically made them pay money for the damages, which they did, which is fine. They settled it right there and then.
I should have ended
until
there.
Ryan Lochte goes back to the Olympic Village, goes to reporters and go, "We got robbed. That's why I don't have this money anymore. Someone robs us at gunpoint."
Ugh.
He could have just let it slip by, be like, "Oh, I lost $200, $300, $400."
He doesn't know how to do that.
But no
one in his life has ever told him,
"Hey,
you're a piece
I need
of
cameras
shit.
on me so I can complain. Like this country sucks. The city's dangerous. I got robbed." And they went, "Oh, which convenience store did you go to?" He went, "Oh, it's
hard to say.
It's it's in the city." And someone goes, "Oh, I saw him walk in. It was this one." And they're like, "Oh, let's go talk to the owner." They go, "Yeah, we heard he got robbed at gunpoint around here." And they're like, "No, he basically him and his friends took a piss in our hallway.
Yeah,
broke a poster, and then paid us money so he could leave."
Yeah, and there we are.
And
what a shithead.
Yeah, what happened to him? He got ridiculed for a few months, and now no one thinks about it anymore.
He got over it, but yeah, I mean,
also he didn't. I'm almost certain he did not win any medals that year.
No, he didn't, because I know he has gotten silver before. Because I know
he was, or maybe he didn't win gold. Because he's a great swimmer.
I don't think he ever got gold, but I do remember specifically
he did win gold
silver
and he won gold in 2008. I know that.
Okay, yeah, that's
because I don't think he ran. He didn't swim the same events that Phelps did.
Yeah, but no,
which is why we know his name.
In the 4x4 though, he was in the relay with Phelps.
Sorry, he did win 2 gold medals, 2 silvers and a bronze.
But in the golds were
sorry, that's 2012. Yeah, he won 1 gold in Rio, and that was it.
There you go.
So I mean, he could have been pissed off and been like, "I'm going to vandalize."
Well, he was pissing everywhere. Yeah, he was pissed. All right.
Oh, he was pissed.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, great. You're a great athlete. You're an American hero, but like, it just reeks of like rich kid never got told no. You just piss on some guy's story. You go, he's less than me. Who cares? I'll just lie about it. I'll be defended. And then, oh, oopsie daisy, consequences hit me for the first time in my life. Oh no!
Just don't say anything.
Just don't lie. Don't say anything. It's fine.
No one there cares enough to bring into the news like, "Oh, Ryan Lochte came in and pissed and paid me for it."
Well,
like,
yeah, it's
they'd be like, the shop owner's like, "Hey, I got paid money."
Yeah, I'd be fine. I wasn't going to say anything.
Up anyways, probably.
If he didn't lie about getting robbed, it would never have been a story. You know,
never. It's also a very American thing. He mentioned guns for no reason at all.
Yeah, just because it's scary.
We got robbed. Oh, really? Yeah, it was actually it was at gunpoint. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was at gunpoint. Yeah,
because I would have beat his ass because I'm such a tough guy, but he had a gun.
It's like that. It's like that old SNL sketch where it's John Lovitz and Paul Rubens both getting arrested, and they just keep one upping each other in lies to seem tough for why they got arrested.
That's exactly what happens.
Or it's like, "Oh, it was murder, right? Yeah, it was murder. Yeah, I got arrested for murder, but it was actually, it was 2 murders. Now think about it. When I got arrested, it was actually 6 murders. Oh yeah, I remember when I got arrested for murders. I did way worse stuff than that. Like, you have to always have a better reason than you actually need.
Yep. And also, wealthy, famous athletes, they have to learn later in life that when you do stuff, people actually look at you. Where I bet a 10-year-old in Brazil learned that lesson that Ryan Lochte learned at 22 in Brazil. It's like, people notice. But that kid in Brazil,
do you think Aaron Hernandez learned his lesson?
I think even if he didn't, he's not around to tell you if he did.
Kevin Spacey did.
I don't think Kevin Spacey learned his lesson. He wants the Epstein tapes released. That's not a good look.
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That is crazy to ask that. And Stephen King said they're as real as Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. It's like, Stephen King, don't do that. Don't say that. Now we all think you're a pedophile. That's bad news.
Bad news bears.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway. That's a brief history of the Olympics.
That's the Olympics.
By Dylan, not Dylan, Joe and Dom.
Yeah. From all the way on wrestling in front of Zeus to Ryan Lochte getting fake robbed
in the convenience
store.
What
a wild ride.
But it wouldn't be toilet wine unless I'm sorry. We don't do final thoughts here, but we talk a little bit at the end. Joe, give your quick synopsis on the history of the Olympics. 30 seconds.
I'm impressed by it. I didn't think that the Olympics went straight from BC to now, but I did think it had a longer history. I didn't realize that it started so recently in 1896. I thought it happened I don't know why I thought it happened earlier. I thought it was going on in Greece for longer. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, it's just the propaganda of the idea of the Olympics. But I think the Olympics is awesome. I think it should keep going. It's a fun time for everybody. I do think, arguably, I know it's controversial. I do think it is a good unification in the world. It's we're not going to shoot each other. Let's just run, and people are still going to cheat, and there's so many scandals. But it is always better. It's the idea of sports anywhere. Instead of fighting each other, let's just throw a ball around and we'll hit each other. But we don't have to actually hurt each other and try to kill each other. It's a good way to do it. And unfortunately, people still try to scandalize it. But my last statement is, the Olympics shouldn't be political. It's literally every country coming together to fight for medal. It is political. That's what politics is. That's my last statement on that.
It shouldn't be, but it should be.
Everything's political.
Yeah, Olympics are fun. They're cool. Every time I say I don't care about them. As soon as it comes back on every 4 years or 2 years with the winters,
it's fun.
I go, oh, am I gonna not? I'm not gonna watch Chloe Kim kick ass in the half pipe.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna watch it. It's awesome. Again, yeah, I agree. It seems older than it is. I mean, it's ancient, but the modern Olympics seems older.
Right.
I think it's because of how often they make the comparison to the origins of it.
Yeah,
which is cool. It might be. I mean, it literally might be the longest running tradition in the world.
It's definitely the longest running tradition I can think of.
I mean, that is true because they do double speed walking, double marathons.
Double
stadia. Funniest event to watch. You just get people going like this for 40 something miles and they just collapse. And it's I feel bad for you, but you weren't even running.
Yeah, but still.
No, Olympics are great. Love watching them. Yeah, it's a type of unity where even politics aside, it's still my country's better than yours. I'm better at shooting pellet guns than you. Mm-hmm. I'm better at controlling my horse than you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just kind of works. It just kind of takes everyone. I've never been in another country during the Olympics, but I bet most major countries get as sucked up as Americans do during it.
It's coming here next time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
All right, those are our thoughts on the Olympics. And there's one last thing to do to make it an official toilet wine.
What's that?
We got to toast to something. We can't do this without sampling some of our own toilet wine.
Certainly.
I mean, I've got my specific toilet wine shot glass mug right here, ready to go.
Good thing, man.
And I think today we're going to toast to the greatest there's ever been.
Hear, hear.
Oh. It's funny. It's almost like the hotter it gets, the harder it is to do shots.
Tell that to my ex-girlfriend.
We are right smack dab in the middle of summer podcasting here, folks. Last year, you saw plenty of us definitely struggling.
A lot of freezer t-shirts coming up here.
Freezer t-shirts, freezer hats. Last episode I put a rag in the freezer and put it under my hat the way that Babe Ruth used to put a cabbage leaf under his hat to cool down. We're getting through it. That's our undisclosed location. Is sometimes it sucks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But until then what? I have no idea. Who cares?
Thank you for drinking our toilet wine.
And he's gonna do gymnastics in an abandoned factory.
Clickety clackety, I'm going to the abandoned factory.
I was talking to my mom today. She goes, "What are you doing for the podcast?" I said, "Well, Joe and I are going to get naked. And we're going to wrestle."
Yeah. And she goes, "Well, no, what are you doing for the podcast?"
Yeah. And I went, "Oh, I thought you meant what am I doing for dinner?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Get bet on baseball. I can't wait for his next translator to get fired in 5 years for sports betting.
I can't believe all his translators keep betting. What are the odds?
Maybe he should just learn English.
No, but really, what are the odds? I'm trying to put some money down.
I think it's 50-1.
Okay,
but, What's your trifecta? Or what's your parlay?
Parlay Otani.
Eisenhower's not playing football. He's in the Oval Office.
Yeah, that's right. He went from getting his knee busted against Jim Thorpe to running the Oval Office.
It's like imagine trying to take over someone's country and just going, why didn't you do this thing that's about peace and love? It's like, well, because you're not about that. Like, we're there.
Like, but you're gonna be about it.
Just act like you're the best.
Just a gun to your head. Say peace and love. Say it right now.
Do a false start.
Don't run. Are you not familiar with how your car works, son? That's how many Iraqis were in 9/11. About 186 a gallon before we started shooting.
What was that question, Private? Well, I asked how the Iraqis were involved. I don't think you should ever ask that again, Corporal.
Not only did they do that, they actually lowered security because they didn't like the image of all the armed guards outside of the Olympic Stadium, because last time they were there, they were wearing a Hugo Boss, and there's a lot of weird flags.
Yeah. Little wet, little wild, little weird.
Wet and Wild. The Fukushima documentary. Wet and Wild in Japan. Wet and Wild in Rio de Janeiro.
You like iodine, right? Slug that shit down, brother.
Iodine, you iodine, we all iodine.
Ooh. Oh, you rascal. That got way better response than it should have.
That's the kind of shit that you like.
you know me. Of toilet wine, which only happens when Dylan's not around, which basically never happens.